year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all four arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Jeff Lynn's ELO.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why.
Live in concert in Sacramento. The Over and Out Tour. Jeff Lynn's ELO. The final tour. All the hits. Live at Golden One Center, October 23rd. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
The first bid sale of the year on the all-new 2025 Silverado is on at Maida Chevy. With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates, every new 2025 half-ton LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock at Maida Chevy. And Maida Chevy has the largest selection of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big. Huge. MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing. Lease and some of our offers. 103124. Source internet search 101724.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
You know, Jay, Kyle Draper will be with us momentarily. He's addressing a class. Take a little longer than he thought it would. So Drapes will be here. Don't worry. Got Jay and Whitey right now. Jay, I was, of course, just talking with Alan and Chris about the 49er game. So I was starting to get a little, angry and frustrated. And it's all about perspective because here I'm ready to start the show with you talking about all the Niners, Brock Purdy. And then Keith from Doubletree comes in, as you know. You've been talking to him. And he brings us some cookies. And it's like, you know what? It's not that bad, is it?
And come on, life is good, sir. It's always a beautiful thing. Just when you think things have gotten the worst, something always resets you and lets you know, what, man, this is all right.
Right.
This is all right.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day, man. It happens.
No matter how many interceptions Brock Purdy throws, I still got these cookies from
Keith. Why you bringing up bad stuff already? I thought at least I was going to get 2 minutes of, hey, how'd your weekend go? I got to see you, shake your hand. You got to kiss the baby, sign autographs, do all the great things that Mr. Gleason does, his legendary status. But you want to start with Brock Purdy. I see where we're going.
We're going to end up there eventually.
But you're right. We're going.
Hanging out with, I didn't actually get to talk to him. Did you get to see Kevin Herter?
Quick and briefly.
Emirates, yeah.
Yeah, you know how it goes. I will say this. And this is shouts out to the city of Sacramento. Shouts out to the Kings Kingdom. Shouts out to 1140 cats who rock with us.
Shout out to Keith from Doubletree.
Absolutely. Shouts out to Keith from Doubletree as I'm eyeing those cookies in the tin, by the way.
Yeah.
I will say this. When you have an opportunity, and you can speak to this way more than I can, when you have the opportunity to jump around the community and people recognize you, understand who you are, they have great conversations to be had. And so I had great conversations with a lot of Kings fans at at Kevin Herter's autograph signing and fans of the show. And so I didn't have the ample opportunity to, dap up Kevin Herter. I just got a quick autograph, said, what's up? He was like, hey, appreciate the show. Love all that good stuff. And, he actually listens.
How about that?
Yeah, he listens. Even he is a morning guy, though. Like he talked about, rocking with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross, being there every week guest.
I don't hold that against him that much.
No, of course, man.
Maybe a little bit.
Dave situation. But so I didn't have the best allotment of time to do so. How about yourself?
No, there were so many people in there. We had a lot of people packed at the mall with Malik.
Yeah.
And then there was an Emron store, which is a nice size store. It was full of people. And it was like, well, there wasn't even any room to stand.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get in people's way. So I was outside with you for a while. And that went on a while, but it was a great event. And I'm, Kings fans, like he said afterwards, talking to Emron, he is still surprised. Kevin Herter's still surprised by the amount of support that the Kings get in here. And it was evident certainly Saturday afternoon, evening. It was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The great part about the situation is the Kings season is now taking over. Even though we're amidst the NFL around here in Sacramento, people are super excited for the Kings season, albeit not ESPN, albeit not the Ringer, some of the national.
Right.
I'm pretty sure as you guys will have a conversation about today, 42 wins. But here in the Kings Kingdom, people super excited. And anytime you have an opportunity to see one of the 15, and even Stockton Kings, two-way guys, they move the needle as well. So super packed.
Yeah.
Super packed.
Yes.
I actually walked in and Emron's like, hey, did you see Kev? And I'm like, no. And then I looked around, I saw you had like 20 people in line waiting for an autograph.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, never mind. I'm not going to get to see Mr. Gleason today.
I thought you meant Kevin Herter.
No, I was talking about you. Yeah, I was talking about you.
Well, like you say, we got the season starting this week. Tomorrow night, the NBA season starts. Football in full swing. The World Series starting Friday. So it's that time of year, the fall convergence. It is just about all going on right now.
Yeah. Are you more excited for 49er season? Who knows? Or are you more excited for World Series, or are you more excited for the Kings starting the season?
More excited for the Kings starting the season.
Okay.
The 49er stuff is great. I love baseball, and I'm glad for baseball that they got the Dodgers, Yankees. And I think, I don't know who you are rooting for, Jay. I'm having a hard time really getting behind either one of those teams.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's
trying
historic,
to figure it out.
but it's like, come on.
I think, I'm kind of taking it from the opposite side, and it's probably not the best way, because then it shows like I'm an angry person versus I'm a solid, happy person. I'm looking at the teams of who I hate most. Not even so much as like who I want to root for. No, who the hell do I hate the most?
But they're both on your list, aren't they?
They are both on my list, but I hate the Dodgers more. So I'm a Bronx guy right now, And the other part is this. The Yankees have so many championships at this point. Who am I really hating on?
Yeah.
Judge deserves one. He's a Cali boy. I rock. I like Giancarlo. I actually like Soto, the way he plays.
Yeah, Soto's incredible.
Yes, love Jazz Chisholm. I love the way he operates on the second on the infield. So I guess I'm pulling for the Yankees. I've talked myself into it.
I do hope it's a good series for baseball.
Yes, yeah. Go 7.
Yeah.
Have some memorable moments. Have some moments.
Have
Judge,
the big names show out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Judge and Soto and Giancarlo and Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts. So
this is going to sound like complete hating. I would love to see Shohei have a terrible series. I would.
See, that's what, as someone who's pulling for San Diego, really hurts me. In that San Diego series, he had a few big hits, but they shut him down, and they still lost.
Couldn't score.
Anyway.
Couldn't score.
Yeah. 49ers had some trouble scoring yesterday, too.
I was trying to keep talking so we had to get to this.
As your friend, it's like we gotta face this. And
yeah, that's true.
Here's what worried me. The fact that I know the 49er offense was without some of their playmakers, and that makes things more difficult against a really good defense. But to me, and I'm a Brock Purdy guy, I'm not one of those people that have said, oh, he's not that good. But, Jay, I thought yesterday he was bad.
Yeah, he had one of the worst games he's played all in his 3-year career. I thought he was terrible. I thought the team didn't give him didn't do him any favors. Excuse me, as I get my words correct. They didn't do him any favors. And we're going to get into it today. I'm actually hold some of my judgment back till Drapes gets here, because I think he may be surprised in some of the things that I'm going to say. But I do think Purdy had one of his worst games in a prime time situation. All eyes were on him. He just didn't come through.
It's weird because there's a lot of parallels now, and they're not good parallels if you're a Niner fan. A lot of parallels between this season and the season after they last went to the Super Bowl, against the Chiefs the first time. That was the pandemic year, but they lost Arizona. They went to New York. They beat the Jets. They beat the Giants, but Bosa got hurt and Jimmy G got hurt. So Nick Mullins came in and played great against the Giants. They come back home. They're 2-1. Monday night, it was a Sunday night against the Eagles, and Nick Mullins had one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it reminded me, yesterday, Brock Purdy reminded me of bad Nick Mullins. And he was making throws that he should not have been throwing. Normally he doesn't do that. And the ball, it looked like some of the time he didn't know where the ball was going when it came out of his hand. It was a little alarming.
You know what? And I said this as I was watching the game, and you can definitely relate to this being a baseball guy yourself. He was aiming more than throwing.
Yeah.
And the game could have been different if he hit George Kittle, if he hit Cowing in stride. Like, those are touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit those guys in stride, those are TDs. They walk into the end zone. You can definitely tell. And, I don't know if it was too much for him yesterday. I don't know if it was just one of them. And, we relate back to the World Series. If he was a pitcher and just having a bad day, he didn't have his stuff. I don't know if he was second guessing. I don't know if it was happy feet. I'll take anything that anyone wants to throw out, today. 916-339-1140. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear from Kyle Draper as well, the Mercedes man. But I thought he wasn't throwing the ball. He wasn't letting it go. Like, he was guiding the ball.
Right.
He was putting a lot of air under a few balls where it's like, throw the rock, and that's a TD.
Yeah, he had, like, the axis of the ball. It was either, like, point up and he was overthrowing, or it was, like, point down and the ball was just, he was throwing sinkers. That interception in the end zone, and I know he got hit, but it's like, and why? That was a classic example of what was wrong with him yesterday. Why did he even throw that into double coverage? Because I believe it was third down.
Yes.
You get sacked there. That's not good, but you have another down, but forcing it into the end zone. It's like, what? Brock doesn't do that.
Nah, there was a couple opportunities where you could see a few balls, and this is the thing. We've heard the who's who, the Ross Tuckers, the Brian Baldingers, the guys, the Bucky Brooks, the guys who review film on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not just Monday morning quarterback. Emmanuel Acho is another guy who does it quite a bit. We've seen guys praise Brock Purdy for throwing guys open and also letting the ball go before the window is even open. And I thought yesterday he tried to do that a few times, and Steve Spagnuolo just knew what was coming. The other part about it was I thought there were a few opportunities where he didn't throw guys open, and he tried to wait to see if they were open. And by the time it was too late. And so it was uncharacteristic of what we've seen from Brock Purdy. Even in his worst games, I thought he didn't play that bad.
I'm with you. That sure looked and felt like a consequential defeat, but the season's not over. Is it? We're back with that Drive Guys Sacktown Sports.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, Sun Point Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Kings basketball is back in action. The Kings have tipped off their 40th season in Sacramento, and it's sure to be an exciting one. Get your tickets now to see De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, new addition DeMar DeRozan, and all of your Sacramento Kings take the court at Golden One Center. Upcoming matchups include the Trailblazers on October 28th, the Raptors on November 6th, and the Clippers on November 8th. Don't miss out. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat for the action now.
Why choose Gonzalez Law Offices? Well, for criminal defense, expungements, sexual harassment, wrongful termination. The best thing you can do is to retain legal representation from an experienced defense attorney in Sacramento who helps you obtain the best possible results. At Gonzalez Law Offices, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has remained undefeated from 2016 through 2019 for jury trials, and this year will be no exception. Contact him at 916-304-9187 or at saclegaldefense.com.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Jay and Whitey today. Drapes will be here shortly. We got Ramsey hanging around in the back, too. Real quick, before we get back to the 49ers, did you see this, Jay? Not going to spend a lot of time on this, but we have to mention this. Evan Drellick reporting that the A's next year at Sutter Health going to be playing on natural grass.
Oh, yeah.
I like that in principle, but that won't work. That grass is going to get torn up.
Uncle V's got long pockets, baby.
I know, but you can't play. I mean, they're going to have to find some kind of super grass, aren't they? If you're playing, two teams are playing on it every day. I mean, I would prefer natural grass, but good luck.
Well, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Well, a lot of times, especially when we're talking about sports, we look at the negative connotation before the positive connotation. Hey, if believe me, I'm not a grass expert.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a little funny, but I'm not an expert to that power. If they're talking about it, believe me, they've already had some conversation about how quickly they need to turn this grass over, what type of grass they're purchasing, and what the other part of that is there's going to be a couple of games where it's probably a little raggy, but I bet you it won't be that big of a problem compared to what most people are talking about.
I'm guessing, I think the real story here, and I'm just guessing the Players Association must have said, we ain't playing on that hot plastic.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were all set. Somebody must have complained about it. And who else would complain other than the players and the agents? You know?
True. Maybe. I would imagine hopefully smart decisions prevailed, and hence that's why we're hearing about it now. I like to give a few people credit. I'm not sure exactly, but I hear what you're saying. Maybe the Players Association did tell them, we're not doing that. We're not. But at the same time, when it's really all said and done, natural grass versus artificial, it just depends on, a lot of people talk about weather, but I think it's just preference.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they must have an idea that it's going to work. If it's going to work, I'm in favor of the natural surface myself. So, yay, that's better. Just, fingers crossed. You're right. Need to be more positive. That's a positive development for the players and for fans. Yay, baseball. Real grass, real sunshine, real baseball.
Yes.
Remember when Levi's, the turf was terrible?
Yes, I do.
It's not anymore. They got that straightened out.
Yeah.
Now they just have to figure out what's going on with the team, Jay. Because it's not going well this season for the 49ers. Everything that can go wrong seemingly is going wrong. Yesterday, another potentially catastrophic injury.
Yeah, well, it sounds like, it's being reported. Jordan Schultz has said that Aiyuk is going to be done for the rest of the season. I'm the type of person I like to see 2 or 3, quantify it and make sure that is
second
what it
opinion.
Is. Yeah, maybe third sometime. And Shanahan hasn't spoken about it just yet, but it doesn't look good. How about that? And it didn't look good yesterday. And when they showed the video where he was getting carted off, pointing at the knee, players know, man. They have a pretty good idea, and anytime, and I don't remember who said this, but someone NFL analyst said they don't really mess around and talk about ACLs and knees unless doctors are pretty, satisfied in the fact that it has something to do with that area, that ACL. And so I would imagine 99.9%, chances this season's done.
So he was out. No Debo yesterday because he was ill.
Fever.
Don't you feel like they still had a chance to win that game?
Of course.
Legitimate chance to win in spite of all that.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. And again, I'm going to hold some of it back because I want to spew a few lines when Drapes is here.
He says he'll be here at 2:45.
Yeah.
That gives you and I time to get our story straight.
Okay, let's do it. Let's figure it out together. Hopefully he's not listening. They definitely had opportunity to win the game.
Yeah.
If anyone looking at that game can come to conclusion to say they didn't have an opportunity, they weren't in the game, then they're fools and they're haters and they're not being realistic. As much as I can't stand Pat Mahomes, as much as I can't stand the Chiefs, not on a personal situation, but as far as in sports, right? I'm a hater when it comes to sports. The Niners definitely had opportunity to win the game, be in the game longer, and take the bull by the horns.
Yeah. When you shut down Mahomes or you limit him to the extent that they did.
Yet again.
Yeah. And you don't win that game. We were just talking about, in San Diego, they shut down Ohtani, they lose. Well, look at yesterday what the 49ers did to Patrick Mahomes. You have to take advantage of that.
Yet again, though. I say yet again, in the form of Pat Mahomes doesn't play the 49ers well.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the 49ers, as players, haven't learned that you got to step the hell up at some point in time and make a damn play, right? And so no one, and I understand, we got tons of Chiefs fans, we got tons of Taylor Swift fans, we got tons of Travis Kelce's and Andy Reid fans and everybody else. Jerry Reynolds, friend of the show, is one of those guys.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is, man, Pat Mahomes hadn't played the 49ers very well.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't. I mean, he threw 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a play.
He had the better day of the two quarterbacks.
And that's crazy. At one point in time, dude, he was under 100 yards at one point in time. I mean, and not like, in the first quarter, like halftime, it's interesting. It's interesting, which
it is.
Again.
Can the 49ers pull out of this? They did a couple years ago. What is it? This is the second time now in 3 years that they lose to Kansas City and they're 3-4. The last time it happened, they won their next 12. Are they capable of doing anything like that?
No.
Really?
No. This ain't the same squad, Whitey. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll let some of it out the bag. Couple things. There comes a point in time, and I already know there's some 1140 listeners right now who, and I'll just say this, the Kobe way, right? The Mamba mentality. There's a reason why guys like Kobe, Jordan, some of the greatest, and I know I'm naming the greatest, but guys like that Draymond. There's a reason why people don't like Draymond. And let's remove the fact of some of the things that he does is on a different level that's dirty. Let's also take away the Jordan Poole situation. Prior to that, even then, some people didn't like Draymond.
True.
But the one thing you have to do is respect Draymond. The one thing you have to do is respect Kobe. I wasn't the biggest Kobe guy, but I respected him. There are guys who play with the attitude and an edge that set the precedent. We can go out through all history. Lawrence Taylor, guys who aren't fan favorites all the time, but they're super highly respected.
I'm with you on Kobe and Larry Bird too. Going back,
Larry
I couldn't
Bird.
stand Larry Bird,
Yep.
but obviously he's like, man, that guy's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I set that up in this form. And this is my mentality. And I think you can speak to this. You know me good enough for this. I'm not sitting up here saying that I made the pros. I'm not sitting up here saying I was the greatest baseball player ever. But the one thing anybody is ever going to tell you about me is I play with an edge. I play with almost disrespectful edge.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers lack that somewhere, somehow, in the form of when it's time to play a big game, they're not disrespectful enough.
What about George Kittle? He'll probably have his Bleep the Cowboy shirt on again.
Unfortunately, this ain't golf. Unfortunately, this ain't tennis. Unfortunately, they're not getting to the squared circle. Unfortunately, this ain't UFC or MMA or, PFC, all these different places. This is a team game. And as much as George Kittle, Fred Warner to a certain extent, I'm going to tell you who another cat's who's real edgy is Diamador Lenore.
Yeah.
He plays with an attitude. Like, I don't care if you're the greatest, you're not better than me right now, and you're not better than me today, and you're not going to beat me. And until you show me, that's fine. I'm like a bad kid. You can smack me once, I'm going to come back a second time.
Did they have that edge in your mind before
Nah.
they've lost it, or they just never had it?
They had it. And I'll say this. There's a difference between playing the rest of the league and playing Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. There's a difference between playing Josh Allen and playing Andy Reid. There's a difference between guarding Xavier Worthy, even though he's new, or Travis Kelce, or trying to stop Chris Jones compared to trying to stop Max Crosby. And the 49ers, for whatever reason, in my mind, when they look across the Chiefs and they have that one, and this is something Drace talks about, they have that one back-breaking play. Sometimes the 49ers don't pull it all back together. And that's a shame because they really have some dudes, like I said, Diamador Lenore. I think Fred plays with that on the field. To me, seems like a great guy off the field, and that's totally fine. But it's kind of like what we're talking about with the Kings. Too many nice guys, too many too many times. I'm going to keep it a buck. And
That's where they missed Dre Greenlaw.
Bingo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to also say this.
Or Draymond Greenlaw, as I call him.
Right. And he's that.
Yeah.
And it's almost borderline sometimes. You look at those guys, and again, Draymond has went over the line. I'm not defending those things. But you almost have to have a guy or two or three. Come on, man.
Yeah.
These dudes got jobs for a reason. And no matter if Mr. Nice Guy fan who's listening to 1140 don't want to admit that right now, these dudes been around forever. They set the tone.
Doesn't that usually come from your defense? And like we said,
I don't know.
Greenlaw supplies some of that. He's obviously not there.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll go back to a couple of years with Deebo Samuel when he was like, get out the way and give me the damn ball. Sometimes you got to rock that. And I know Deebo was sick. And I know, Jawan Jennings was, but injuries also, and that's the other part. Injuries definitely have affected the 49ers, in my opinion. Maybe not yours, maybe so.
No, absolutely.
The Chiefs been highly affected by some of those too. I just thought there was a time and two with the 49ers, and I said this when I picked the game. Somebody, somewhere on that squad, maybe two, maybe three, has got to show a different type of attitude. And the Niners are starting to become too much Mr. Nice Guy team. They are, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that's what changed the game or whatever. I'm just saying that's one of the aspects that I think when you ask me, when you start this, the segment, can they rattle off 10 in a row? Hell no, because they ain't got 10 in a row type of attitude right now.
Can this 49er team turn it around like they did a couple years ago? 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. It's The Drive, guys. Draper joining us shortly. Sacktown Sports.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Every club on the shelves can be tried for free on the driving range. 3 TrackMan units and a Hagen Oaks team of skilled fitting professionals provide the finest club fitting experience. Our personable Super Shop staff will show you the newest to help you look and play your best. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Get ready for an incredible night as the iconic Little River Band hits the stage at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. Join us Saturday, November 16th at the Nugget Grand Ballroom for an unforgettable concert experience. You'll hear all your favorites in this must-see event of classic rock. The Little River Band live at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. For tickets and info, visit nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The first big sale of the year on the all-new 2025 Silverado is on at Maida Chevy. With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates, every new 2025 half-ton LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock at Maida Chevy. And Maida Chevy has the largest selection of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing. Lease and some offers. 3124. Source internet search and 1724.
I want them to say less today. There's no way to sugarcoat that. We got our ass kicked today. Lots of reasons for it. Those are things that they don't need to sit and think about today. We'll address all those tomorrow.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
There was a report or two that Kyle Shanahan was seen talking to Brock Purdy in the locker room after the game, which is unusual. What did he say? We can only guess. To Drive Guys, Drapes will be with us shortly. Jay was just saying that he feels the 49ers lack an edge right now, trying to figure out, can this team come back from the start the way they did a couple of years ago? Remember, they got McCaffrey, they played the Chiefs, they got destroyed, and then whoosh, 12, I believe it was 12 wins in a row until they played the Eagles, and then Brock Purdy got hurt, and that was the end of that season. Curtis Hicks says, I'm with JJ in the chateau. I'm with JJ. Not a nice time on the football field. When Mahomes was running on the sideline, I would have lit him up regardless of whether or not I was going to draw a penalty. Not today, Patty.
Let me tell you something. I said that 3 times, and I have to be careful according to what Curtis Hicks is, but there is a point in time, and people could talk. I saw this 100 times. Why do you tell me? I saw this 100 times. A lot of folks are complaining about the QB protection rule.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, defenders don't want to bum rush, clothesline, smack.
And then he kept, Some people thought that wasn't fair, that he kind of faked like he's going out of bounds to get the defender to pull up, and then he kept going.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to send a message. Sometimes you got to send a message. Sometimes there are opportunities to let people know what it is. And I thought the 49ers had plenty of opportunities, to send a message to what was going on yesterday's game. As I say, set the tone, make a change the momentum. I just really thought they didn't get punked. I just thought they didn't play with the proper edge that they needed to.
I know a lot of people have looked at that game and pointed out correctly that, the 49ers didn't have Debo. Aiyuk left the game. You have no CMC. So against a defense that good, it's tough without your playmakers. That's true, but that wasn't the problem yesterday. Obviously that made it more difficult, but they still could have won that game. It was a matter of your quarterback playing very poorly and turning the ball over repeatedly. So despite the fact that you were shorthanded, you had every opportunity to win that game. And the 49ers kept squandering those opportunities by giving the ball back. Also, the Chiefs beat them at their own game, time of possession, and they ran the ball down the 49ers' throats.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if they ran it down their throats.
Well, if you just look at the yards rushing, they dominated the rushing yards in the game.
Yeah, well, the 49ers didn't do a great job of
some of that was Mahomes.
Yeah, which had a career high.
Yeah.
Which is bananas. But I'm not sure. When you look at the game, And I'm gonna pull up the box score, even though we don't do box score watching around.
Oh, we do a lot of
it.
Even Draper does that.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
He had it in his hand. You took a picture of it, right?
Yes.
You saw what was rocking. The perception of what was happening to me wasn't as in the form of they were dominating game and or beat the 49ers in their own, the way they operate. I just thought the 49ers played a very bad game offensively and put the defense on the field quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Quite of a long time,
Yeah. Let me just look at
and to me, that's not what the 49ers do. The 49ers will control the ball, but I don't think the Chiefs controlled it. I just thought the 49ers played terribly on offense, which led to opportunities for the Chiefs to have the ball. The Chiefs didn't do much offensively, man.
The rushing yards, Kansas City 184, 49ers 101. A lot of that was Mahomes.
Yep.
But also time of possession, that's Kyle Shanahan football. We keep the football. Kansas City 35-04, San Francisco 24-56.
Yeah, but
so that's why I say the Chiefs beat them at their own game yesterday.
Yeah, but see, I disagree in the form of the 49ers didn't do anything to help that. They didn't keep the ball. It wasn't like the Chiefs, it wasn't like the Chiefs were running the ball, with big holes and operating the game on the ground. It was the form of the 49ers couldn't keep the ball.
Right.
So they kept giving the ball back. It wasn't like the Chiefs were running it down their throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotcha. But they were definitely complicit in their own demise. But the way they lost the game was they let the Chiefs beat them at their own game because they're the 4th and Niners now. How many 3-and-outs, The 49ers are the 4th and Niners. Here's an opportunity here. Oh, they got a punt again. And their punter didn't have a great day. What did you think of the onside kick?
Man. Just the cherry on top of a terrible game. What you been practicing all year, man?
Yeah.
7 weeks into the season, you can't even kick the ball proper.
Did you see or hear Brady said, that looked like one of my drives at the Pebble Beach?
Yeah.
And I went back on Twitter and they actually showed one of his drives last year. And it was. He actually had at least one drive that was just like that. Off the tee, but it was like you say, just kind of fitting into that's just kind of the way the 49ers produced today. Just terrible.
I mean, it was. Could you tell me, the Chiefs did things to win the game, but if we're looking at it from a perception, did the Chiefs win that game or the 49ers choke more of it off? Where are you going with that? If you had the blame pie. The pie chart, where are you going?
I have to give the victor the most credit. They made plays. The 49ers did not.
Okay.
But the 49ers, I agree with you. The Chiefs won the game, but the 49ers squandered opportunity after opportunity after opportunity.
Not to put you on the spot here. You said the Chiefs made plays. Could you come up with, off the top of your head, 5 major plays that the Chiefs made that dictated that game?
5. The
Pat Mahomes
return, Pat Mahomes run.
2, yeah.
That drive that resulted Mahomes run for a touchdown. It wasn't long, but that was a big play, running over Mustafa. I know Kelsey picked up a big first down.
Yeah. See, yeah. But that's my thing is now, if I ask you the same situation, could you give me 5 terrible plays that probably dictated the game for the 49ers? Could you?
Yeah. Well, you got 3 right out.
That's my point.
And the one that really bugged me the most is Brock Purdy throwing the ball off his guard's helmet.
Oh, man.
You don't see that.
Oh, man.
Right?
He played a terrible game.
Doug Flutie didn't used to do that.
Brock Purdy played a terrible game. He played. I was sitting there yesterday trying to think, damn, how many games has Brock Purdy really looked like this? And I couldn't really remember but 1 or 2, but that one was probably his worst game as a professional.
No question.
Especially starting, knowing you're secure as the starter. There was nothing. He had nothing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the two shots that he had that were called properly and was read properly, he didn't lay the ball out properly for them to win.
From the 916.
To get the TD.
Yep. Niners are cooked. For also someone else, 916. Shanahan is a quarterback contract killer. It's his MO to destroy his quarterback's value in their contract year. Look it up. He's done it to all his former quarterbacks.
Man, hey, that's deep. That's deep. And if he is, then absolutely. Going off of how this team has operated the last 3 off seasons with Debo, Nick Bosa, and this off season with Brandon Aiyuk, Maybe, conspiracy theorist number one, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Super Bowl loss last year broke this team. They were never going to be good this year. It was always going to be a disaster because they are broken. You don't recover from that kind of loss in the Super Bowl.
It's funny because I felt that hangover as a fan. I was hoping the 49ers as a team wouldn't operate like that. And maybe, I'm not sure, use the word maybe again. We're going to find out, but I will say this. They're not a rattle off 7-8 win type of team in a row right now.
Do you remember? Yeah, I'm sure you remember when they were playing Seattle in the NFC Championship game and Colin Kaepernick threw that interception in the end zone. The next day, I happened to hear John Gruden on the radio, and John Gruden said, you look at what has happened to this team. They lose the NFC Championship game to the Giants with the Kyle Williams game. Then the next year, you lose the Super Bowl that you came this close to winning. Then after that, you have that loss to Seattle. And John Gruden said, you don't come back from that. And he was right. The 49ers under Harbaugh, whether that was the reason or not, that's debatable. But he was right. The 49ers never came back from that.
Right.
So,
which is what I'm basically saying now.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no, this team is not rattle off 7 type. This team is not the type of team that's,
Was he winning 12 in a row from here?
Nah,
even with Christian McCaffrey back,
I don't care.
To the rescue.
I don't care if Pat Mahomes on the other side. This team ain't ready to rock.
I think this team is old.
It's getting there.
Yeah,
it's getting there. But I think they have the talent, and on paper they look good. The other part about it though is, and I'm not going to sit up here and get up there and be like, oh man, in the beginning of the season, it's still Super Bowl or bust. The fact of the matter is they ain't playing like that.
Are we saying they're not even going to be a playoff team? Because I think they are.
I think they are, just based on the NFC West is whack.
Yeah,
it's really whack.
Word or whack?
It's whack. It's not there.
It's not
and
dope.
The Seahawks got a good win against kind of what I've been saying. Here we go. People believing in Kirk Cousins. I don't know why, but they'll be there just based on their division.
I agree. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. That said, if the playoffs started today, they would not be in there, but they got a lot of
week 7.
Yeah, I know. That with the 49ers, it's WEAK 7. Week 7. LT on Sacktown Sports. How you doing, LT?
All right. How you brothers doing today?
Good. What can we do for you?
Hey, man, you guys sitting up there making more excuses than Milton Bradley, man. They don't have no game, no heart, no nothing.
Ain't that what I just said? They ain't got no heart.
Yeah,
I just said that. Hey, LT, I don't think you listening proper, big time. I just said they don't have no attitude. They don't have no heart, big time.
Hey, bro, they'll never die of a heart attack because they don't have no heart.
I agree. I'm with you. Ain't no stroke coming.
Thank you, LT.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And the coach is trash.
Trash?
Doo-doo.
Who should they get to be the next coach?
Belichick.
All right, gotcha. That's LT weighing in.
Ooh, Bill Belichick. But I think LT got the point. I don't think LT a Niner fan, and that's cool. I respect that. As you supposed to right now, if I was a 49er hater, man, I'd be all on the line right now.
If I was a 49er hater, I'd point this out. The 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, when trailing by 8 or more in the fourth quarter, are 0-40.
Damn.
But since I'm not a 49er hater, I'm not gonna mention.
Well, you already threw it out there.
I saw that last night on.
You gave him the bridge.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's since 2017, when of course they weren't very good, but trailing by 8 or more in the fourth quarter, 0-40. Is Shanahan the problem? Really? Look how many years he's taken this team to the NFC Championship game, to the Super Bowl. Is he really the problem? Next on Sacktown Sports.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
It's 4th and goal. The pressure's on. The home team needs this to win it.
No matter what you're up against, it's always a win at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Special finance options and trade-in offers make it easier than ever to upgrade your ride. Because at Stockton Honda, we believe everyone deserves a winning deal.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number 1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
I didn't expect to, but I need to get a new health insurance plan. The good news is I found Health Markets. Health Markets lays out plans available to you. They have access to more than 200 carriers across the country. And if you need help, you can just speak with a licensed insurance agent.
For real personalized service, call Health Markets at 855-680-8222 to speak to a licensed insurance agent. That's 855-680-8222. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Paid actor per trail.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
It's kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Every 4 years, the world watches every corner kick, every save, every pass. The world watches its most beautiful game played at its highest level. And for a moment, the world stops turning for soccer. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026, supporting possibilities turned into achievements on the biggest stage. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. member FDIC.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Your new home for 49ers football in the 916 Sacktown Sports.
Drive guys are whole again. Luke is joining us. Kyle Draper is back.
I ain't got his mic up yet.
Turn that mic up, Jay.
Oh, that mic down.
You want to know what I got to say. You want to hear this, big fella.
Do.
You want to hear this.
You're going to probably want to hear what I got to say.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay. All right. I'm sorry I missed the first 3 segments, first 45 minutes. I'm sure it was excellent Niners takes and, well-balanced, unbiased observations about what happened last night.
The ship be sinking.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad, fellas. And they had a chance to. Like, the Chiefs weren't great. Right. Chiefs didn't play great. Yeah. Niners just played worse. Like, maybe their worst game since what? Baltimore, maybe last year?
Well, let's face it. The quarterback had a terrible game. Terrible game.
You say that again, please. And I know you've talked about it for 45 minutes. Yeah. Please say it again.
Brock Purdy had a game that was so bad it left you wondering, is there something wrong with his arm? What was he even looking at yesterday? But is it Shanahan's fault? Is this all Shanahan's fault?
No, and I know Jaden went on social media yesterday, went on the air today and want to blame Shanahan. But
have I said anything about Shanahan yet?
Well, I know on Twitter you were or in the text chain that was one of the question marks. I don't think it was on Shanahan, and here's why.
Oh, you got to stop playing.
Oh, see that?
Stop playing.
I thought you didn't say.
I ain't said it yet. I just said I ain't said it.
But Brock got to be better, Jay. Like this was an all-phase failure for the Niners yesterday. Special teams, offense, defense, coaching. There's enough blame to go around. I always talk about blame pie. Like Brock Purdy played a D- game yesterday.
F.
Yeah, some of those passes, especially the first half, he was oversailing guys. Balls were going into the turf.
Yep.
Like he was off target so much. And I know Aiyuk dropped a big pass. Should have had that. We get that. F. But everybody was bad yesterday for the most part. Let's sprinkle in a couple of guys that did halfway decent, but like Kittle had a nice little game, things like that. But it was bad from top to bottom yesterday.
I was just looking up Jay's tweet from yesterday. Jay Ratio. If you don't follow Jay on Twitter, on X, you should. I did think, Jay, you said something along the lines of you had kind of a list of things.
Yeah.
And Shanahan, you just kind of implied that he was part of the.
And not even he didn't even imply it, Whitey. I'm looking at the tweet right now.
I couldn't find it.
Post it, baby.
That's on number one, Shanahan.
It was.
That was your top. That was your number one, Jay. Explain yourself.
Yep, number one. I started this with saying no heart. Dude show no heart.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't kick the 2-point conversion. You ain't show no heart, no muscle in what you had in your squad.
I mean, go for the 2.
Go for the 2 point.
Yeah.
You kick man. Come on, bro. You, as they say, you play to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other part. How many times was he out schemed yesterday?
But that's Andy Reid, Jay.
No.
That's Andy Reid.
Listen.
And the coordinator too.
Yeah,
Spagnuolo. Yeah.
Listen, though. And this is the part that we got to start to be real about some of these things. It's just like somebody on the text line. Atlanta lets Seattle go up and down the field. That's not on Cousins. Crazy to hear that from a Purdy guy. Check this out. It ain't just always on one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't always on one person. And just because someone calls out another person who had a part or had a huge part in that doesn't mean that we can't talk about that. And that's the part about Shanahan. Yeah, Andy Reid out-schemed Kyle Shanahan. But isn't Kyle Shanahan supposed to be the all-being fantastic offensive genius?
Well, he got out-schemed too by
Spagnuolo, which is what I said.
Right.
Right.
And that's like, again, I mean, you should figure something out.
Come on now.
Spagnuolo's the one who broke the 49ers offense by playing so much man, and now that's what other teams are doing. So I'm with you. It's like, all right, what is your counter to that?
They disrespect Drapes, Whitey. Did they come out in what type of defense? Man coverage.
They play man all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so crazy that they had 9, 10 guys in the box. When you're looking at the box on you, I don't care. I got a 8, whatever. You got a 100 100-inch TV in that box.
Brock Purdy has to beat us.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. And if he can't, then guess what the boy genius is supposed to do? Scheme people open.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to have happen, Jay? What do we say? Like you get out-coached by the game's best coach and the coordinator.
And he's the game's best coach right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I just want to make sure you're on record for that.
No, I'm on record. Mark that down, clip that. Anytime you want to bring it back, bring it back. Andy Reid is the best right now. And against a normal coach, Shanahan outshines him. It's like going against.
No. See, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Right, I disagree with that, Drapes, and that's the point.
Now, Brian Flores' defense is, he's out-coached everybody, his defense, except Detroit yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That Minnesota defense has been real 100%. When are we going to put the blame on the players, fellas?
It's there.
Brock Purdy is dinking and dunking and throwing wounded ducks all throughout the game. Brock Purdy throwing 3 picks. That's not on Shanahan, Jay.
Kyle, pull up the text, please. Because all you're doing is what some of these text messengers do. Just as he talked about, Atlanta let Seattle go up and down the field. That's not on Cousins. Crazy here. What else was on the tweet? Number 2 was what?
Oh, on your tweet? Oh, yeah. Oh, Jay's tweet? All right. I muted you, so I did. Purdy, bad game.
Thank you. That's a player. Number 3 was?
Players.
What?
At some point,
so repeat that one more time.
Why don't you get to it then, big fella? Because we talking about Shanahan. To me, Shanahan's probably 3rd on this. You know, where was the front 4? Where stop the run?
Kareem Hunt out there looking like old school Earl Campbell out there the way he was running against y'all. Come on, man. Like, I don't know. I just think you got to give the Chiefs a lot of credit, fellas.
For what? They play bad.
But they always find a way to win. That's what they do. I want to see Brock Purdy and the Niners play bad and find a way to win.
Yesterday was a chance to do that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why it's on the players.
It's on, like you said. It's on
Attitude.
all of them.
Right.
Nobody performed yesterday.
See, Drake, she didn't listen to it. I said this beginning.
Yeah, let me hear.
Attitude is a problem with the 49ers right now. They don't have, as we talk about for the Kings, the dogs. And the guys that are supposed to be the dogs, sometimes they come out, they bark, they bite. But there are too many opportunities in big games for the 49ers now because they've been good. So they've been in primetime games lately. They're falling short in a lot of this.
Making that worse. No, I agree with you. That's why Dre Greenlaw is so important, and he's not there. He gives them the edge. Warner gives them some edge. Bosa should probably give him more of an edge than he does, but he's been productive. The problem is they're playing so badly right now. Not only do they lack edge, but they don't have any confidence out there. You know, playing against the Chiefs, you can almost see it. Like they know that something bad. Brock's going to throw it over somebody's head, or something bad's going to happen again.
Let me ask you this, guys,
somebody's gonna
because
get hurt.
I thought they started off the
players.
game with an edge, especially defensively. I thought
I
thought they started off with an edge,
Or with the interception.
Yeah. And do you think they got punched in the mouth and tucked their tail between their legs, or were they looking to the coaches for answers, or are the Chiefs just better? Like, where did it go sideways?
For me, I say, and I said this, now I don't mean to be repetitive, but you aren't here, so we're getting it. It's this, Drapes. Pat Mahomes has a play, a back-breaking play, as I put the air in quotations, and the 49ers didn't respond. Nobody stepped up and was Draymond. Nobody said, you know what? Not today. It's not going to happen on my watch. Guess what? We're going to change the momentum. We're going to change the fact that the Chiefs have consistently did this to our team. And today, I'm a change all narrative, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen to us again. No one did it.
To me, Jay and I have a little disagreement over this. We basically agree, but we disagree over the, hey, did the Chiefs run the ball down the 49ers' throats? The rushing numbers are one-sided, but some of that was
40 yards, 30 yards.
I thought it was more than that. I'll look it up. But my point is
83 total.
Yeah.
Difference in terms of total yards.
And time of possession was pretty lopsided. That's how the 49ers beat you. They run the ball and keep the ball away from you. And the Chiefs, they didn't play well, but they still beat the 49ers at their own game.
And here's the thing,
what do the
fellas.
49ers have? They got nothing.
Right. And we can Shanahan takes some of the blame, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, the defense didn't get it done either, I thought.
At times they did. The defense gave him a chance.
No,
they slowed down Mahomes.
But they when Purdy threw the pick in the end zone, you needed a stop right there, and you didn't. They marched down the field and got 7 off it, and that changed the game. That put the game out of reach pretty much. And so there's enough blame to go. Not like, maybe, Malik Mustafa gets a good grade, but for the most part, I don't know anybody outside of him and Kittle maybe that received a fair grade yesterday.
I thought Lenore played well too. I think Diamador played well.
Okay.
That was about the only I'm with you, though. I thought Fred had a bad game.
Yeah. Oh, Fred,
Jair Brown looked very questionable, missing tackles. I thought the 49ers, and Rob Brooks said this, friend of the show on the post game, the 49ers missed too many tackles this year.
Yeah.
They truly do. And that's part of the Dre Greenlaw. That's part of the Talanoa Hufanga situation. They truly do. And I continue to say this. D. Winters missed a few plays, but he made a couple yesterday where it's like, Devondre Campbell at this point shouldn't even be on the field, man. Like, don't even put him on the field. I'd rather see Jay Graham at this point. Let's see some of the young guns try to take over and see what they're made of.
If the playoffs started today, well, it's a good thing they don't. We'll look at that when we come back. Drape's back with us. Drive Guy, Sacktown Sports.
Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1. Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1.
Jeff Lynn's ELO.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why.
Live in concert in Sacramento. The Over and Out Tour. Jeff Lynn's ELO. The final tour. All the hits. Live at Golden One Center, October 23rd. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Michael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named the top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue, Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento, from the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
After that dismal loss by the 49ers yesterday, discouraging loss, what does that mean for their playoff chances? We'll take a glance at the playoff picture in just a moment. Before we get to that, I'm a little disappointed today in the way 49er media, they're really soft-pedaling this whole thing. I mean, across the board. There's nobody calling anybody out. It's more, well, Brock had a bad game.
That's whack, man.
I said that 2 weeks ago, fellas.
Okay. Well, I mean,
and
today would
it's
be
still
the day.
the same thing. Yeah.
Today would be the day. And there's none of it. So I know Grant Cohn has, I mean, the players don't like him, and he gets criticized a lot. I've criticized him on the show, but appreciate this tweet from him. This was from yesterday. Grant Cohn said, Kyle Shanahan just lectured Brock Purdy for 5 minutes at his locker. Purdy listened and said nothing. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
I don't know what they talked about, but initially I read something about that sounded like they were talking like, oh, maybe Kyle's giving him a, hang in there. But it sounds like that wasn't it at all. I'm glad to hear that because Brock Purdy was really bad yesterday. He looked like he had no idea where the ball was going, and he chose to try to make throws that a bad high school quarterback would know better than to make.
That's true. You're spot on with that, Whitey. But, what I'll say about Shanahan, and this is where, I will criticize him, is, first of all, you don't do that in the presence of media when reporters are in the locker room. You do that beforehand. Second of all, he did that to Brock Purdy because he knows Purdy will take that. He knows he probably won't lose Brock Purdy. Do that to somebody else and see what happens. Basically, Well, how did they characterize it? I wouldn't say it was a talk or
lecture.
A lecture.
That's Grant.
Imagine lecturing Trent Williams in the locker room.
Kyle Shanahan lectured Brock Purdy for 5 minutes at his locker. Purdy listened, said nothing. Never seen anything like it. Grant.
I think that was a misstep for Kyle Shanahan. I think he's fortunate it's Brock Purdy. If he would have did it with a guy like Trent Williams or a guy like Debo or Fred Warner or somebody like that, it probably could have went a different way. It probably would have, went sideways, going forward, but Brock seems to be the ultimate, yes, sir, kind of guy, follow what the coach says kind of guy. But I think that's a bad move for Kyle to do that in the presence of reporters. Because even if they might be talking about dinner plans, who knows what, but just leaving it open to speculation like that. And reporters are going to, come up with something. And Grant Cohn did. And so I just think that's a bad move by him.
Mm-hmm. It does hinge on what he told them, though.
Right. Like, I'm okay with lecturing him behind closed doors. I agree. Brock deserved a lecture or two. And we've seen Kyle do that in the past on the field with other players, Jimmy Garoppolo, and so I get it, but I don't know, man. To me, that's a bad look in the locker room. When do you ever see a coach in the locker room talking to players? Usually,
what if he said, "Hey, but if we don't know, maybe it's Brock. Hey, it happens, man. Hang in there. You're going to get your."
That don't sound like a lecture, though.
I don't know.
That's not a lecture. I don't know if Grant's mischaracterizing it.
I don't know.
Maybe he is. But to me, a lecture is like, you got to be better. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of a teacher with her finger pointed at you kind of thing. And so
I don't have a problem with it, even if he did, because he deserved it. And that's when you got to tell him. It's like, hey, you know what you did today? Blah, 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 this.
So you're okay with a public lecturing?
It wasn't public. I know what you're saying in front of media, but the locker room is not public.
Well, it is, though, because...
No, it's not. Because public is not allowed.
Well, no, but all you got to do is record it, and then you make it public if you're the media. Mm-hmm. Once reporters are allowed in the locker room, everything's on the record. And so that easily is public. Do you know what happened to a reporter if he started recording stuff the coach said to a player in the locker room, and then he started posting that? But you can do that, though. You can. Yeah. Once reporters and cameras are allowed in, unless they say, hey, guys, don't record this, everything is fair game. That's why there's a push by the Players Association to remove reporters and everything from the locker room. And so once those doors are open, everything's on the record, unless somebody comes and tells you, hey, man, don't shoot this or something like that.
If the playoffs started today, and I know they don't, we got a long way to go, but things have changed in a week. In the NFC right now, Lions 1, Commanders 2, Tampa Bay 3, they play tonight, Seattle 4, Vikings 5, Packers 6, Bears 7. So right now, the 49ers are the 11 seed.
11th best team in the NFC.
And next week in a big Sunday night game, they play the current 10th seed, the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Those teams with a combined 6-7 record.
I mean, and think of it this way too, Whitey. The only teams worse than the Niners, Cardinals, Rams, Saints, Panthers, and Giants.
Yep.
Everybody else is better. Fortunately for the Niners, and you know how it is in the NFL, all you got to do is win the division to get in. And if I'm a team in the NFC, I would not want to see San Francisco, no matter what their record is, in a do-or-die playoff game.
As our friend John Dickinson pointed out on Twitter, this is the second time in 3 years that the 49ers lose to Kansas City and are 3-4. The last time they did it, as you know,
NFC,
they won 12 in a row, and they ended up playing your team, and that didn't go well, but they got to the NFC Championship game.
Let me ask you guys this.
This team do that, Chase, is this team right now is not capable.
Right.
That's what I was about to say. This is a different team.
It is.
Right?
They're not built that way, Drapes. The attitude ain't there.
The defense 2 years ago was on point.
Yes.
There was no questions, when they turned things around.
Right.
This defense, do we believe this defense can rival that from 2 years ago? I haven't seen anything.
No.
I haven't seen anything.
I don't think they even, and I started with attitude. I just don't see it from this team and Whitey said, could they rattle off, like they did 10 in a row, 9 in a row, 7. I don't think they can even rattle off 5 in a row. I don't believe they have the type of characteristic right now to go into a Philadelphia, even an average team. Who's an average NFC team right now to you guys? I don't think they have the proper attitude to go in there and showcase a win. I just don't. I don't see it in them.
Atlanta, are they average?
Well, it's Kirk Cousins, man. You know that. They below average, man.
I mean, what's Seattle? What's Seattle? Do we really know?
No, we don't.
Like, I call them the New England of the East.
That's the division. I think that the division, knowing, it's more important to win your division than, if anything, I think they see that as a different standpoint. I'm just saying outside of the NFC.
Dallas is pretty average.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. And to your point, Jay,
we're going to find out
what they're capable of doing. They got Dallas, then they got the bye, then they're at Tampa, then they got Seattle, then they're at Green Bay, they're at Buffalo. Then they got the Bears.
We're going to find out. Damn. That's what I said. We're going to see the type of attitude, hence why I don't believe they're able to rattle off 5, 6, 7 in a row. I just don't see it.
Oh, they got Christian McCaffrey coming back, though. It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, fellas, and Jay's right, and Whitey, you're right. I mean, they may not be able to rattle off 5, 6, 7 in a row, but they don't really have to.
They don't.
That's the thing. They don't have to be, 13-4 when it's all said and done. Like 9-8 might get you the division this year.
I think so.
If you're trying to win a Super Bowl
10-7,
and you're as old and as beaten up as this team is, you're in much better position to win a Super Bowl or compete for one if you get a bye and you have some home field built in.
Yeah, my problem with the Niners, and I've said it, and it's nothing against them. It just seems like it's one thing after another. Like they just keep getting. It's like being a boxer and you taking those jabs to the mouth. Round 1, 2. Eventually, you're gonna get knocked out, and it seems like they're taking a lot of hits to the face, a lot of body blows. And it's like we keep saying, well, CMC's coming back, or that, this is the week they turn it around, or whatever. When does it become like, you know what? We snake bitten this season. It's just not ours.
For me, it's now. And I said this on Friday. I said the attitude, the way they show up, how they come out and play against the Chiefs. If there's anybody in the NFL that the 49ers need to beat, it was the Chiefs.
Our buddy Mike Sando, today in The Athletic, really interesting look at the 49ers. He says the 49ers have the NFL's oldest offense, 8th oldest defense, waited for playing time. And he says one executive said they are starting to feel 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. They have done a good job drafting with later picks. It's great they got Purdy. He makes up for one of those first-round picks, but not 2 others.
I can't buy that, Whitey.
I
can't buy that
I'm with you
because they got to the Super Bowl. We start off the season by saying how great the roster is.
And they're getting beaten up.
Which is kind of the opposite. Like, it's time, and this is why I say some of this has to start to fall on Shanahan, which is look at and Drape says he's the best in the league, so I respect that. I believe he's top 3. Without going through, and doing a ranking, he is one of the best in the league. But look at some of the guys that he was scheming open, like no-name guys.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying is we talk about, when you talk about the positivity and what Kyle Shanahan brings to the table as far as on the field with his offense. If we remove everything else and simplify it, that offense, what scheming was a problem. There was nothing being done there.
Don't you think, Jay, that teams now playing more man-to-man, this may seem oversimplified, but the more man he sees based on, the Chiefs had success with it, it's like they've taken away his magic wand.
Yeah, because you're almost, and this is the part, you're daring him to do something, get out your box.
Open.
Right.
Yeah, against a man.
You're almost daring, and that's the one thing Spagnuolo will do. He hemmed and hawed all week about how great Brock Purdy was.
Yeah.
Right? That's all he talked about. Man, I can't find a weakness. That was one of the sound bites we played. With that being said, where was the jet sweeps? Where were the screens? It was common sense. I kept screaming, give me a play action, boot, opposite weak field, and they did it. And what happened? 9 yards. It was straight to kill the wide open. He did it one time.
Yeah. So are we saying Kyle is overrated as a play caller? Is that what the conclusion is?
I'm just saying
he just didn't do a good job yesterday.
He's struggling right now.
I think he is.
Yeah. By the way, it's official, just came out a short time ago, that Brandon Aiyuk
has torn the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee. That'll require surgery. His 2024 season ends after just 7 games. So what do the Niners do now? I know they have trade deadlines coming up. Some people on the internet have been speculating, they had interest in Cortland Sutton. Maybe they revisit that with Denver, but Denver's having a nice season. There's no reason to get rid of anybody.
Denver's in the mix. Denver's in the mix. They're doing some nice things. That defense is playing extremely well right now. They're 4-3. They've won, 4 out of their last 5, I think it was, for Denver. And so why would that's the thing. Yeah. Why would teams give the Niners, why, especially when we look at it outside of Cleveland, Tennessee, a lot of these teams are still in it, and so I don't think, if I'm Denver, why make a move now with one of your best players? You don't have to do that. You're in the wild card mix.
You probably have to overpay. And how much is those issues, your biggest problems, how much would overpaying for a wide receiver really address your biggest issues?
Right. That's the thing. And I think when we look at the roster, the thought was wide receiver is one of its strengths. Juwan Jennings playing well, a lot of depth right there. Ricky P coming back, this past week. And so the problem with the Niners, guys, is they got too many holes to fill right now. It's not just a magic pill. Oh, we go out and get this guy, and then all of a sudden, everything's fixed. Defensive line need help. Linebackers need help. Wide receivers, are banged up. They got a lot of, some say, maybe take a look at running back, depending on how CMC does when he comes back. And so they got a lot of holes to fill right now.
To me, it's sobering how much they seem to miss Juwan Jennings yesterday.
Yeah. You think so? You think?
That's because Debo was sick too.
Yeah,
that's a bigger deal.
They miss both those guys. And then Aiyuk going down in the first half, that doesn't help. With that being said, you still had a chance late in the game to, potentially go up or take the lead, and then you throw the interception. And so I don't know, man. I just think they're snake bitten this year. I think, there have been chances for them to win, whether it's, the Minnesota game, Arizona, and they just find a way to lose. Instead of finding ways to win now, they are finding ways to lose.
Let me play this side of it.
Okay.
You guys tell me if you think this is wrong. Terrible loss, but you know what? They're 3-4.
They're 3-4. I can't let you get it out of your mouth, man.
It's a fact. They're 3-4. Even this thing I just looked at, playoff picture, NFL.com says they got a 50% chance of making the playoffs. Damn. It's still October. You got CMC coming back. Yeah, they were terrible yesterday. They've played badly, but they are still a very talented team. Matt Barrows was on with Carmichael Dave today. He said he thinks they have the wherewithal to turn this season around. Maybe we're overreacting to one loss, huh? Huh, guys?
Well, I think it's the for me, Drayson. Let me say this: it's the championship level coming into this season. It's not to make the playoffs. Yeah, absolutely. You got Drake says it all the time. They're playing in the NFC West.
Yeah,
this division's terrible.
Yep.
Yes, they have a great chance of making the playoffs. They just beat the number 1 team in their division at their own place. So that lets you know. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about championship aspirations. I'm not adjusting the channel. Coming into this season, it was Super Bowl or bust. And so unlike as you're talking about some of the 49er beat guys, reporters, analysts, the media, I'm not going to tell it. I'm not going to give them an excuse. Injuries for sure. But the fact of the matter is it's Super Bowl or nothing. They're not a Super Bowl team right now.
We still have a long ways to go. But if they played Detroit right now, what would that score be? Detroit right now is light years ahead of
yes, they are. Yeah, definitely.
They are. And I'm looking at the ESPN playoff predictor and everything. 48% chance to make the playoffs, 43% chance to win the division for the 49ers. And so I look at that as, you look at a team like Seattle, only a 31% chance to make the playoffs, 26% chance to win the division. And so the Niners, to Whitey's point, playing that side of things, they're still in the driver's seat. They still, all their goals, and we said this last year about the Kings, I remember it, all their goals are still there. They are still achievable, if you will. You still got, 10 games left to go. But the signs, like, we're ignoring, not we, but, if you feel that way, then you're ignoring everything that we've seen from this. This team hasn't beaten anybody worth of any substance so far this season. Jets are dumpster fires, right?
Terrible.
Seahawks.
How were the Jets favored last night?
Aaron Rodgers, baby.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Got
back there.
Devontae Adams.
Right. It got Devontae. And so I just think, man, to Jay's point, we got to start believing what our eyes are telling us, right? Unless we think CMC coming back is going to make that
make
big
a difference.
It'll make it.
I don't know if it's that big.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. And do we even know how effective he'll be when he comes back?
Nah,
we don't.
Nah, we don't. I mean, fellas, you missed your starting running back, both your starting wide receivers after Aiyuk went out. You missed your starting linebacker, one of them. We're talking about corners not being near, starting safeties not being near. To Dre's points, there's too many holes to fill.
Yeah.
There are right now. And so trying to keep the ship afloat is where the 49ers need to be at right now. Trying to win the next game, and win some of these games against average teams that's coming up, like the Dallas Cowboys. And that's why the Cardinals loss is terrible. That's why the Rams loss is terrible, is because in retrospect, and that's the truth. The Chiefs didn't play a good game yesterday. I don't care what both y'all say.
No,
I hear what you're saying, though. Like, they didn't. Pat Mahomes played terrible.
Yeah,
he
I'm still
made
giving
a
him credit.
play or
You're
two,
right.
though.
They didn't play well.
Yeah, like he made a play or two,
Mm-hmm.
and the 49ers didn't. How many times have we said that this year, though? The 49ers just they don't have it right now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. We got to be real.
That said, the football gods are giving them a huge opportunity again, like they did yesterday in the game. All right, you guys are banged up. You got Dallas coming in Sunday night. Dallas has their own problems. Then you got a bye. Then you got CMC coming back. So we're giving you one chance to rest a little bit and come back. And then the schedule gets really tough. So there is an opportunity there. Right now, watching the team the last few weeks, I think you'd have to say it's maybe 50-50 whether they take advantage of that opportunity.
Why
but
you selling me a dream again?
They do have a chance. The way it's laid out.
To what? To what? What's the chance?
To turn the season around again.
Got you.
And I think it's highly unlikely, but
what would
there.
that be, though? What is
Get healthy.
10-7 turning the season around?
I think
at
so.
this
From
point,
here to me, that would be.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you?
Right,
but why? What? Sell it to me now.
Okay.
Now this is not angry, Jay. This is all right. Come on,
All right.
now. Please give me.
This is
help me out, please.
Football gods.
Yeah, please. Football gods.
Now you got Dallas next week. You can have whatever happened to your quarterback yesterday. You got to figure that out. And you got your receiver now is down. You got to figure that out. But if you win this week, that'll be a big back to 500 primetime game, a feel good win. Then we'll give you a week off to sort out whatever you need to sort out. Trade deadline's coming up. You got time to get healthy. You got time to address a roster need, maybe two, and then we come back, start the games, and then the schedule gets really tough. But you got to win next week, though. But there you go. There's a little shot there. You still, again, have an opportunity to fix whatever your most pressing problems are.
Thank you, sir. I needed that.
Jay needed that.
I needed that.
And that's how I think Kyle is selling it to his guys.
Sure.
Too. Like, the season ain't over. You're not even halfway through your schedule yet. And so there is time, but you got to play better football. I'm looking at the schedule here, I see maybe 3 or 4 guaranteed wins.
What are those?
I'll give them to you right here.
Titans?
Jay. Seahawks.
Okay. You guarantee him in the Seahawks?
At home. You're at home.
Levi,
you just beat him
I take it.
Gino doesn't play well outdoors. Have you noticed?
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Indoors is really good.
Yeah.
Really?
See, I might have to amend that, Jay. I said 4, but like,
no, you're supposed to be helping me out.
No, is home against the Bears a guarantee?
Nah. Not for me.
Okay.
December 9th, right? Well, 8th or whatever it is.
Yeah, 8th. Yeah. Home against the Rams?
I'll say yes.
All right, so that's 2.
Yes. I'll say yes.
We may be fudging with the guarantee.
I was going to say at Dolphins,
okay.
but Tua is coming back. We'll see how he looks and if he's actually playing that game. If Tua is out, and that's a guarantee, right? At Dolphins.
So how many you gave me? You didn't really give me 3.
Hold up. At Arizona, you got to beat the Cardinals, right?
if you want to make the playoffs.
Damn, I know. There might. All right. So it might be 2 guarantees left on the schedule. Jeez.
I'm angry again.
Guarantee against the Cowboys, though, right? Jay?
Not the way they played.
Damn. Can't even beat the Cowboys?
They should.
They've rolled over and played dead.
See, that's part of the problem. What we saw yesterday and what we saw in the collapse against Arizona and the fourth quarter collapse against the Rams. It's like, I don't think anyone knows what happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know that they have injury problems and this and that, but you see the way they play sometimes, like, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Which is the point of how can you guarantee, say guarantee it?
That's what I'm saying.
And the hardest part for me is I just didn't see the fire in the squad. Like,
because they lost their mojo.
Yes. Yeah.
Right now they're like, oh.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Let's just hope something good happens.
Yeah, that's not it.
No.
You're not going to beat the Chiefs like that. You're definitely not going to beat Josh Allen and the Bills like that. The way the Packers look, maybe not. Yeah, like
good,
even as you talked about the Bears.
I know.
The Bears feeling they self-defensive.
Bears 3 in a row.
Feeling
now.
good.
You mentioned Tua. What do you think of Tua coming back?
I got to see it. Like, I didn't read his quotes or hear what he said. What I was thinking, though, earlier today, shouldn't he wear one of those, what's those helmets?
Guardian.
Like,
he
Guardian.
said, I'm not wearing one of those.
Right. He should wear one of
my
those.
choice, personal choice.
Yeah, I don't like that. He should wear that. I would feel better for him about that. But their season, man, is hanging in the balance.
Mm-hmm.
They need wins. They're 2-4, and it's slipping away. And so, like, Tyreek Hill is a non-factor now. They ain't got nobody to get him the ball. And so I get him wanting to come back, but I'm concerned for him.
Yeah. What do you think, Jay? Tua coming back just makes me scared and sad.
Yeah,
I get it though, but it's not the right move.
It's the toughest thing is to go out, right? You hear players, you talk to guys who have already retired, some of the ones who have just retired, and they always say, when it's that time, but it's the hardest thing to do. I'm not sure, man. When it's all said and done, I just hope everything health-wise goes all right the rest of the season. No matter what happens on the football field, as far as wins, losses, competing, performance, I just hope his health is all right.
We got Mark Followell coming up, right?
4:30.
Oh, okay.
Pushed him back.
Pushed
him back. Yeah.
Because I wanted Drapes to continue to give me some love for the 49ers, man.
Oh, I ain't got nothing more to say, man. That's, they're not even on my radar after last night. Us Eagles, we're looking ahead.
Disrespect.
Thank you for not mentioning yet that I picked the Giants and took
Did
the
you
3.
really? Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that didn't really
Dude,
work out.
Saquon was running all over him
face a
yesterday.
little bit.
Yeah, it did. You got to go out on a limb sometimes. Separate yourself sometimes. I get it.
Well, give us a quick update of what's your thoughts on the Eagles right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Kyle Draper's
I'm feeling
on
good.
the Eagles.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling they handled their business like they were supposed to yesterday. They fed Saquon. I feel like I saw Jalen Hurts complete a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown, and those two celebrated like it was 1999. Like they were feeling the good vibes were back, I feel. And I think it goes back to Sirianni egging on the crowd, waving his ear, hands and cupping his ear to the crowd, like that kind of bravado. And I was worried about this game, division game, that kind of thing. Giants got him last year, if I'm correct. But man, I was encouraged by what I saw. I think the best days are ahead for Philly right now.
Cleveland fans were encouraged by what they saw yesterday, but what they saw was their quarterback getting injured. Should you be booing a guy who's getting carted off the field? Next, Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Michael Smirkanish. Business owners and CMOs, how do you plan on growing your business? Have you plateaued on your social media and online efforts? Why not tap into podcasts and radio? In the U.S., audio reaches more than 271 million people weekly. That's more than social media and digital combined. My friends at Radioactive Media know the recipe to launch, optimize, and scale performance by building compelling audio campaigns which work. I personally know the principles of Radioactive Media, their personal approach and knowledge of the medium, unparalleled. For advertisers who want to reach the right audience with the right hosts and programs, text the word profits to 511-511. Heck, you can even buy spots on my program. If you're a mid-sized company or well-funded startup with a monthly budget as low as 5 figures, they can help. Text the word profits to 511-511. Online, radioactivemedia.com. Text rates may apply.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
There's no better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, offering the best deals in town and a selection other dealers are jealous of. Stop on by. They're just off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named the top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Tesla, keeping it real tour. Saturday, November 9th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tesla, live. The multi-platinum rock band returns with special guest, Fuel. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Tesla, keeping it real tour.
Where do you go when you need someone to represent you? For me, you want someone that is local and that you can actually get to and talk with. There are plenty of big branded lawyers out there with the name, but you never get to talk to them. So go to saclegaldefense.com and connect with the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. He's local, he'll represent you, and he'll have your back. Whether it's expungements, wrongful termination, when you're in a spot when you need legal help, call the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187.
know how it goes down, man.
Sacktown Sports 1140 has you covered all year. Listen to every Sacramento Kings game and stay up to date on all Kings news on SacktownSports.com. Or listen to our live and local shows.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys.
We are your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
I don't think it's ever okay to cheer when someone's injured. I'm sure it's not every person in that building doing that, but that's disappointing.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Browns coach Kevin Stefanski unhappy that Browns fans, some of them were booing when Deshaun Watson was carted off the field after apparently tearing his ACL. By the way, we mentioned the bad news on Brandon Aiyuk. It became official today that he tore his ACL. He also tore his MCL.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, as far as Deshaun Watson goes, I know Myles Garrett, some other Browns were saying, fans shouldn't, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. What'd you think, Drapes?
No, I think it's 100% wrong. Fans shouldn't be doing that. The level of hypocrisy when it comes to that, because, you paid your money to come support the team, which Deshaun Watson is a member of. They score a touchdown or a field goal or whatever, they get the win. You're cheering him. And then he gets hurt and you're booing him. It's a level of hypocrisy that I don't like. And, I know he's a complicated figure. What he's done in the past and alleged to have done in the past is complicated. But at that moment, not the right time, I don't think.
I wouldn't have done it. I understand why people would do it, and I would defend their right. And to me, to say and I know we don't want to talk a lot about this, but to say it's complicated and he's a complicated guy.
I don't know the truth. I don't. Do you know the whole story?
I don't know the whole story.
All right,
but
so
I'm
being a journalist, not taking sides and calling. I don't know the truth surrounding Deshaun Watson. I haven't done enough digging to understand. I don't know. And so when I say complicated, in my view, he's complicated because I don't know. I
understand. To me, it's not.
Okay.
To me.
So does that matter though? Does that matter?
Because what he did is horrendous.
Is it okay for those same people to cheer for him if he scores a touchdown?
Is it okay for them? Absolutely.
It's a little hypocritical though, right?
In a way, sure.
Okay. Yeah,
we also don't know for sure what it was they were booing. The organization, specifically the owner, made a terrible decision that the fans, among others, were saddled with. Like I said, I wouldn't boo the guy when he's getting carted off, but I understand the reaction. And I think they have every right to do that.
And you know what else they have a right to do, which I probably would do, is exercise their right with their wallets and pocketbooks not to support him.
I'm sure some did.
And not to support this organization. And so the people that booed, at the end of the day, it's not a good look, but at the end of the day, the organization still wins. They got your money. And so what does that do? I mean, to me, it's kind of classless. I get it. Everybody can do whatever they want, but I would just keep quiet. That's how I would react. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do that. I mean, because you're there supporting your team, and if he scores a touchdown or you get a win, you're celebrating him, but then only when he gets hurt are you booing him. Like, if that's what happened, I just don't like that look.
Yeah.
I don't like that look.
We're assuming we know what those people were thinking and that they cheered and then they booed. I just think it's understandable. It was a terrible situation. It was a terrible decision that their team made, that ownership made to bring him in, that caused problems for everyone. And now, I know that they had insurance out on him. So, in a way that this may be the end of that situation for the fans and for the team, but the whole thing was dreadful.
I mean, think about it like this though, Whitey, and you've had kids and Jay has kids. I have kids, and I go to youth football games all the time. And I know it's apples to oranges to an extent, but the level of respect that's showed when a player gets hurt in youth football games, I wish we could carry that as adults. When a player is down in youth football, both sidelines take a knee, cheerleaders take a knee, because we don't know what happened. And so, I wish we could carry that as adults as well. I mean, let's be honest too. I mean, in this country, we celebrate people who have done, just as bad or worse or done bad things too. I mean, it's just, I'm just not a fan of booing a player when he gets hurt.
Yeah.
I don't care who
I
it
understand.
is.
To me, he didn't deserve that respect that you're talking about, in my opinion, and in the opinion of the people that booed. So now looks like everyone has found an out. I wish him health and peace going forward. How about the Tua situation?
Let me ask you this, though.
Yes.
Let me ask before we move on. You wish him health and peace going forward.
Yes.
But it's okay to boo when he gets hurt, right?
I said
you wouldn't
I would
do
not
that,
boo
though.
him.
You would
I
not
understand
that.
why people
Okay.
booed him.
Okay.
What he
All right.
did was horrible, Kyle.
I gotta read up. I'm sorry. I know what the news reports say, but I haven't done my own.
Yeah. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as Tua goes, we have this in the Chateau. Campy says Tua risking his health. It's on him and the Dolphins. JD 209. Dolphins, not unlike any other corporation, they couldn't care less about their employees. He's a grown man. He can make his own decisions. I understand that. I just don't think he's making a very wise decision. I understand his right to do it. I wish him the best too. I just wish he wouldn't decide this.
Yeah. I mean,
that's all.
Yeah, for his health, right, and
Yeah.
for his safety, and or at least wear the Guardian hat. I don't know, man. It is his own decision, and like you said,
I get that.
we just wish he wouldn't. It's
if he doesn't get hurt again, no more concussions. Great.
Or take more time too, take the rest of this season off, come back next year or something. Like I was thinking, as we were prepping for this story and talking about it, like it seems kind of soon. I know it's been several weeks. It still seems kind of relatively recent that this happened to him.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I know like this much, maybe not even that much about head injuries. What I do know is that it's not like a broken bone where you x-ray it and go, all right, it's healed. You're good to go. There, you get a concussion. There's things that can affect you down the road that no one can anticipate. So you just don't know. Or is he okay now? No one actually knows that. So he's taking more risk just by continuing to play. I hope he's okay. I just wish he would at least wear one of those Guardian caps, like you said.
Right. Exactly.
But again, yes, it is his choice.
It's his choice, and we'll see. I mean, I wonder. He sees the team struggling, reeling. Does he feel any pressure to come back or anything like that? I don't know, but it's tough, man. It's I'll be rooting for him though. I don't want to see what's happened to him in the past happen again.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. It's time for Check It with TC. What's up, TC?
Mic check.
How you doing, TC? Oh,
he's gone. Yeah, we lost him. I don't know what happened.
Sorry about that, TC.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sideline
Call back,
communications
TC.
down.
Call back.
I would bet, I'm going to guess, a TC called to say, Kyle Shanahan is doing a good job with this team. The tough loss yesterday could have gone either way, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure he's TC been calling everybody. He's fired up about this one. I know that.
Yeah. He's there. Here he is. What's up, TC?
Mic check.
Yes, sir. Mike Tech, Drapes, Whitey, what's going on?
What's up,
Thanks,
TC?
man, putting me on.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, before we get started, Drapes, Whitey, do y'all see what I'm talking about with this guy now? And I'm talking about Shanahan.
A rough one yesterday, TC. That was a rough one. Hard to watch.
Okay, now, Whitey, I have to disagree with you, what you were talking about with Matt Mieko. I know in the media, guys know each other and all this and all that. But are we really going to believe the Niner media, bro? Like, I know everybody want to get on. I don't even want to drop names because I don't even know if I should do that. But everybody want to get on Grant Cohn. I know Grant Cohn be trolling, but a lot of times he don't be trolling. He be saying and he be keeping it real about the team and saying the things that's happening.
I understand what you're saying.
A lot of Niner media and his fan base want to run from, bro.
Yeah.
You get me? And he's being honest. Back to Shanahan. Shanahan lost that game, dog. Brock had a bad game. But Brock had a bad game because he was playing scared. Because Shanahan is turning that.
We lost him again?
That was my fault.
Jay cut him off?
I was handling some phones back here. I hit 2 buttons.
Jay, come
TC
on,
called
man.
back, man. He was cooking.
That's messed up, bro.
No. That was my fault.
He hung up on TC when
I know,
he was
that was
cooking.
It was unintentional, too. It's totally unintentional. Wasn't like Jay. Oh,
Nah.
he can't say that.
John Lynch called him on line 1 and was like, you got to cut this guy.
You can't say that about
I hit the drop button
49ers.
twice on the phone.
Oh, my gosh. TC, I'm
Rookie
sorry,
mistake.
dude.
All right. We'll come back. We'll regroup here. Still more questions and answers for the defending. Let's not forget the defending NFC champs next. Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Another cool start Tuesday, seasonably so, with valley temperatures in the low 50s. We're headed for the upper 70s Tuesday afternoon with a few clouds. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
O'Reilly. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts in West Sacramento and Town Center Plaza next to Nugget Markets now through October 29th for the Customer Appreciation Day sale. You'll get 2 times O-Rewards points on select purchases. Plus, pick up 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil and receive a $10 gift card after rebate. And buy 1, get 1 free Coca-Cola products at your Town Center Plaza, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
The first big sale of the year on the all-new 2025 Silverado is on at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebate to every new 2025 half-ton LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock at Maida Chevy.
And Maida Chevy has the largest selection of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing. Lease and some offers. 103124. Source internet search 101724.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Did you know that replacing garage doors is the biggest return on investment homeowners can get on improvements? Jason Ross here, and let me tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, a family-owned and operated company with third-generation owners that's been in business for 71 years right here in Sacramento. With new garage doors from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you'll not only get the wow factor, but you'll also know that you're working with a well-respected and proven company. Residential and commercial, brand new garage doors, or repairs to existing doors, they do it all. Take advantage of their free at-home estimates on new garage doors or check out the showroom with no appointment needed. And while you're at it, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports and receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Yeah, we're going to get to the Sacramento Kings, the NBA season tipping off tomorrow. Also, Mark Followell from the Dallas Mavericks, voice of the Mavericks. He's going to join us next hour. Right now, though, Kyle Draper just found some more news on the 49ers. I don't think this is really good news, Drapes.
Yeah, Adam Schefter reporting that Deebo Samuel has been hospitalized due to pneumonia and fluid in his lungs. There's no timetable for his return. Also reporting George Kittle has a sprained foot and is considered day-to-day.
Thank you.
Really, though?
Yeah.
More news?
Yeah. There's just things happening to members of this team this year that just don't happen to football players. You know? When's the last time you heard of a NFL player contracting pneumonia? Nothing comes to mind. Maybe I'm forgetting somebody.
Hospitalized, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we'll see how long he's in, but not having to practice, you know, that can take a toll out of you, too. Pneumonia, you know, lose some weight, you know, weak a little bit. Now you question whether he's going to play on Sunday against Dallas.
What's next? Jordan Mason stepped on a Lego.
Right.
And it became lodged in his femur.
Those things hurt, though, Whitey. Those things hurt.
But it's just amazing the things that are going on.
Oh, my gosh. One thing after another. And it just seems like this team just can't get whole. You know, it just can't happen.
Yeah. Let's see. Steven's been hanging on. And then we'll get to TC. Hey, Steven, what's going on today?
How you guys doing today on this wonderful Monday?
Good. It's been a while. I don't know how wonderful it is if you're a Niner fan, but yeah, you're right. I mean, all things considered.
All things considered, all this news is just trash. This is not a great Monday to be a 49er fan. Let me tell you something, man. This is not a great season to be a 49er fan either, man. I've been pretty optimistic, but at the same time, man, this is a heavy blow to the Niners. Yeah, we got Christian McCaffrey coming back. Yeah, we got Ricky Pearsall, who got shot, and now he's coming back, finally playing his first, getting his first catch of his season or his first catch of his career. So I mean, as a Niner fan, man, am I hitting the panic button right now? No, but I'm definitely sad and bummed on the whole situation. It's just disappointing. Just to see how many, is this Madden curse afflicting this whole team here? Because I mean, this is just this is baffling to me, man. This is really baffling to me, and I'm still gonna spread that, man. I really think the nutrition staff and the fitness staff and all them trainers and stuff like that really need to get looked at. I mean. It doesn't help that Brandon Aiyuk was not necessarily in football shape because he was getting a little stingy and a little greedy and being kind of a drama queen and kind of a diva. But I mean, this is kind of what happens when you are not ready for the season. This is what happens when you miss training camp, man. You are just not in peak physical form in order for you to play 18 games plus a season like this, man. And now we lose Brandon Aiyuk for the year with his blown knee. Come on, man. That's devastating. Absolutely devastating, man. These ACLs, MCLs, these Achilles, I do not know what's going on with these lower leg injuries, man. Guys, thank you for letting me have the floor. I really appreciate you guys. Your time's irreplaceable, and I appreciate you guys for giving it to me. So
thank you, Steven.
All right, Steven.
Yeah. It also makes you wonder. Yeah. And I'm not saying, Aiyuk made his own decisions. You wonder why, as an organization, they didn't let's just get this settled. Why they didn't do it sooner, right?
Right.
Let's just pay them. If we're gonna pay, look, you like them, all right, let's pay them.
Let's
get them in camp. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's all on them and it's not on him, but they could have resolved that.
Yeah.
And Jay, can't we get Jed York to order some, I don't know, hyperbaric chambers or something? Right? Give me a whole bunch of
juice.
Something.
Jay been talking. You've been preaching about this, man. You've been preaching about the medical staff, the condition, whatever it is.
They're right by Stanford, right? They're in the Bay Area. They got access to the most advanced medicine in the world. And plus, Christian McCaffrey knows a guy in Germany. They should not have any problems with.
Yeah.
It's just too much, too many times. Aiyuk aside, that had nothing to do with the way they get injured, but they have too many other nagging injuries that happen every single game, and it's becoming a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is a problem.
Mm-hmm. TC, it's not his fault.
Oh, man.
We missed him once. He started going, and he was rolling. Jay inadvertently hung up on him. So this is going to be tough for TC to come back from this, isn't it, Drake?
Yeah, let's see. Especially, the first time it's always good. Trying to replicate that, duplicate that, it's always tough.
New, save me, TC. It's my fault, brother. My fault.
Check it with TC. Don't hurt yourself, TC.
No, we all good. Whitey, Drake, thank you, Jay. Man, listen, we all good. Listen, we was going back and forth, but thank you, bro. Hey, I'm going to pick up where I left off at. Y'all know how I feel about Shenny. We was talking about Brock. Brock them anticipating throws, right? Anticipation throws, I should say, getting them in trouble. The man-to-man coverage, we got to find out how to beat that. But it's about Shanny, bro, turning this dude into a robot. You throw it here. You throw it here. You can't check at the line. You can't do that. Brock was playing scared yesterday, bro. If you see when he threw that pick, not the one in the end zone, but when he threw the pick, when he was trying to throw to Ronnie Bell, did you see his face when he was walking off? He was looking like, I'm trying to stretch it, man, and I shouldn't have did. I'm trying to do too. He wanted me to throw it to this guy. Like, Shanny ruins quarterback. Look what he did to Jimmy. We all know Jimmy G was limited, right? To me, Jimmy G, he didn't work on his deep ball and his deep ball accuracy, but he got ruined by Kyle because Kyle didn't let this dude do nothing. Jimmy, you throw in the middle of the field. This is it. Kyle ruins quarterbacks. I'm going to end on this note, y'all. Give me Ben Johnson. Everybody wants to know about if Kyle was fired, he'll be hired in 2 seconds. Would he really be hired in 2 seconds, bro? We don't really know that. Oh, y'all want to go back to Jim Tomsula? No, we don't. Let's go get the boy Ben Johnson from Detroit right now. I guarantee he'll know what to do with Brock and his team. Shanny is a high-level loser, man. That dude's a fraud, bro. I've been trying to tell everybody about it, and I'm glad people is waking up and starting to see it. Mic check. That's all I got, bro. And I'm being honest.
TC.
Thank you, TC. See, the way it works with TC, he does this thing, then he's gone. So I hate to disagree when he's not here, but that's not the way it works with him. I just have a hard time saying Shanahan's a quarterback killer when Matt Ryan was the MVP under Shanahan. Brock Purdy went from being almost literally a nobody to a top-level quarterback under Shanahan. I think there's something to what TC's saying, but I have a hard time saying Shanahan's a quarterback killer. I'm not going.
That might be stretching it a little too far. Yeah, I agree with that. But let me ask you this: do we know? We know his success stories, but we also know his failures.
Yeah,
is the Kyle Shanahan quarterback whisperer, magnificent play caller, offensive guru? Is some of the shine wearing off of that? Is he, not as sharp as we think or thought in the past?
It looks right now like teams have figured out his offense, doesn't it? That may be an oversimplification. Maybe it's not true, but it kind of looks that way.
I wonder, too, if we're keeping it a buck, keeping it real. Is it hard to coach this offense when you have all the playmakers that they've had? Meaning, to me, and this is what we saw yesterday, what do you do when you don't have CMC, Debo? You don't have all pros at every position. Case in point, Andy Reid. Jay was talking about it. The jet sweeps, the play calling, the imagination, I guess, the creativity offensively. Does Kyle Shanahan not have that?
Well, he's been a coach a long time. He's been a coordinator. He hasn't always had as much talent as he had the last couple of years. He was a coach in Cleveland. He was a coordinator there. So he hasn't always had. The offense was still functioning even though he didn't have quite as much talent. And there's still some talent there, right? Isn't there? So, yeah, it's not going to be at the level it was last year, but it just looks like – it doesn't look like, wow, they're missing players. It looks like, teams have figured things out. Maybe I'm misreading it, but I think there's a little both going on.
Yeah, maybe. But that's the thing, though. This is the NFL. Like, you can't just run the same offense. If teams figure it out, what's your plan B? What's your plan C? Draw something else up. Draw something else new. And I think that's what Jay and the people at TC that are criticizing Kyle is, if you're this offensive genius, if you're this offensive guru, come up with something different. You know, when teams figure out plan A, where's plan B, C, and D? And we haven't seen that.
It's a good question, TC. All of a sudden, everybody on that team, coaches included, ownership, they got questions to answer. We're going to turn our attention to the NBA when we come back. Speaking of questions, Drapes, are the Kings really the 17th best team in the NBA? Are the Kings really going to be unable to win 43 games this year? Tell you who says they will when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Do you know how much money you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. These may feel like scary times. Several economists are saying that a recession is imminent. So what do? Ancient wisdom says plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have an actionable plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan is executed to take advantage of market gains, but protect you from market losses. We would like to give you a free, no-obligation consultation to help you do all three. We will help you discover your magic number and give you the roadmap to get there. Call now to schedule your free consultation. 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108. 800-508-6108. Don't wait. Call 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
Kings basketball is back in action. The Kings have tipped off their 40th season in Sacramento, and it's sure to be an exciting one. Get your tickets now to see De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, new addition DeMar DeRozan, and all of your Sacramento Kings take the court at Golden One Center. Upcoming matchups include the Trailblazers on October 28th, the Raptors on November 6th, and the Clippers on November 8th. Don't miss out. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat for the action now.
Toyota's legendary truck event is on. Hurry in for $2,000 cash back on any 2024 Tundra, or choose a great lease on a new 2024 Tacoma 4x4. Get to your Toyota dealer today, because this truck event will be Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available to TFS providers with premium rated credit until 11/4/24.
Advanced Infusion Center, where wellness meets vitality. Unlock your full potential with our customized Liquid Vita vitamin IV drips tailored to fit your unique lifestyle. Whether you're an athlete aiming for peak performance or travel often and looking to stay healthy, we have an IV just for you. At Advanced Infusion Center, we understand that wellness isn't just one size fits all. That's why our expert team is here to personalize your infusion experience. Ready to elevate your wellness journey? Call Advanced Infusion Center today or visit us at advancedinfusion.com.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The garage won't open again.
We're all out of coffee.
Life has enough surprises.
Your car shouldn't be one of them. Stockton Honda keeps your car worry-free from routine maintenance to that something's not right moment. Our certified Honda experts know how to fix it right the first time.
Here you go, ma'am. You're all set.
Thank you. Stockton Honda Service Department, keeping you ready for the road ahead.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com. Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, thanks for being with us, and thank you to everyone bringing us gifts today. Keith brought us gifts earlier, and Jim from Brickhouse Industries.
Yeah.
Thank you for
It's a nice hat.
Absolutely. Nice hat. Pardon me, it says, Whitey on. I got to be careful where I wear that, but thank you. That's a really, really nice looking hat. Drape's got one, so thank you, Jim. And thank you for being with us today.
No, these are nice, man.
Yeah.
These are nice. Look like good quality,
Can
too.
I see? I didn't even see
Yeah,
yours.
check that out.
Oh, my guy Drapes. Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
yeah, that's sweet, right?
Uh-huh.
Can I wear that, though? I can't wear my own My Guy Drapes hat, can I?
Sure.
All right. Oh, dude, I'm going to wear it right now.
Let's switch hats.
No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Huh? What?
That's not happening. Oh, it's a Travis Matthew hat, too. This is high quality, bro.
Wait, what does that say on the side?
Kirkland signature, and he got Travis Matthew on it. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. That's messed up. I'll wear it for now. Then I'll donate it afterwards. It got Kirkland on it. Oh my gosh!
Thank you, Jim.
That's
That
Jim's
gets
a
better
huge
and better.
golfer too. So
Yeah?
he listens. I know he listens to the show, and he probably gets a
Clearly
kick out of the
listen to the
Kirkland.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Appreciate that. NBA extensions. I'm probably missing some guys here. Drapes, Trey Murphy, the third, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Corey Kispert have signed extensions. Jonathan Kuminga has not reached an extension with the Warriors.
Kuminga and Josh Giddey, I think, are the two big names that have not reached a rookie extension. I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked about Kuminga because he's the future of the Warriors. He's a talented player. He's shown he can play at a high level. And for them not to extend him, I'm a little shocked by that.
And let's see, the Kings, that would have been Davion Mitchell, right? That was their guy.
Yeah, Davion.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So,
all right. So with the season starting, can you believe it? Tomorrow, the NBA season starting tomorrow, we have another one of these projections from ESPN.com, 2024-25 NBA season preview rankings, predictions, odds. I'll just run through their rankings of the teams, which is based on where members of our panel think teams belong heading into this season. Number 1, Boston. Where do you think the Kings would rank here? Maybe you've seen this already. Where would you guess they'd be?
middle of the pack, probably somewhere.
2, OKC. 3, the Knicks. 4, Denver Nuggets. A little high for your taste, I'll bet.
Yeah, 4?
In the whole NBA.
In the whole NBA?
Uh-huh. Philadelphia, 5, according to ESPN. Dallas Mavericks, 6. We're going to talk to their play-by-play guy, Mark Fellow, at bottom of the hour. On number 7, Minnesota Timberwolves. They'll be here Thursday. They open the season in Los Angeles in a couple nights. Tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
Phoenix, number 8. 9, Milwaukee Bucks. 10, Cleveland. 11, Memphis. 12, Indiana.
Wow.
13, Orlando. 14, Warriors.
Jeez.
15, Lakers. 16, Pelicans 17th in the rankings. Sacramento Kings.
Really?
Chances to make playoffs 54.1%. Projected wins 42.5.
Is this some math equation they used or something? Let me
For
see.
the projection?
Yeah, the projection.
I think that's BPI, Basketball Power Index. And I'll tell you something that's kind of funny that I just noticed. They have the Warriors ranked 14th. Their projected wins are 41.8. So they're projected to win fewer games.
But they're higher than us.
Kings are ranked lower. Yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't get that. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm confused, dude. This is totally.
Well, these rankings, okay, they have different rankings.
Oh,
they have the BPI ranking, which is just
different.
the numbers in the computer program. And they also have the writers ranking. So that's why some of these numbers don't really add up because it's two different systems, but they're going with what the writers say overall. And they say the Kings 17th.
Behind the Warriors, the
Yeah, the
Lakers,
Pelicans, the Grizzlies.
the Pelicans,
Yeah.
the Grizzlies. Did you see what is that in the Western Conference? Is that outside of even playing?
Let me just double check that. Go all the way up to the top again.
You got
We
that?
have, yeah.
You
I
do
would
it.
have to. We have OKC is second in the whole league.
Okay.
So OKC. Then we also have Denver.
That's 2.
Mm-hmm. Then we have Dallas.
3.
We have Minnesota.
4.
Phoenix.
5.
Then we have Memphis. And then
Is that 6?
Yeah. The
Golden
Warriors.
7. Lakers 8.
8. And
Pelicans 9.
Yeah.
And so what? The Kings 10th?
10th best.
Come on. Come on. What are we doing? What are we? Is this chum in
That
the
looks
water
good
for
on you,
King?
by the way.
No, I'm about to get rid of it because the fans at home watching on YouTube and everything, they probably see the Kirkland side over here. I'm going to turn this thing around to the back. Man. Yeah. All right. There we go. Much better.
Put the
Much
tag
better.
in, bro.
Oh, yeah. I got to put the tag in. My bad. Jay got me. He got me on point.
Kings are primed to have a high-powered offense. DeRozan gives the team another player who can score 25 points a night, perform in the clutch. Let's see. If they plan to play players such as DeRozan or Kevin Huerter at small forward, they will have to rely even more heavily on their offense to just outscore their opponents. One weakness Sacramento is facing, lack of size. Kings have struggled against longer and bigger teams. I agree with that. And it's so obvious, I have to think that Monty is aware of that and he's trying to address it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he understands that. He hears us talking and, he understands what's going on. He sees the roster. He sees if we lose Domas and, where are we then? And so I think Monty understands that. But the thing about Monty, he's not going to just go out there and sign somebody for the sake of signing. It's a strategic move. You know what I mean? It's something, that he's more measured in his approach, if you will.
You know what I think was more unfortunate in the preseason, even than losing all the games, was the fact that you could not see anything from Orlando Robinson.
Right.
That's a guy
who knows what he is, right? We don't know.
He might be a big piece of this, but now, you still really don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And who knows? Like you were saying, he might have viewed him as the answer for what we're talking about.
Right.
And we got to wait and see. We all know this. The season hasn't even started. They can still make moves at the trade deadline, up until the trade deadline. So I firmly believe that, they're going to figure something out.
Mm-hmm. You're not concerned at all about the way they played in the preseason.
Nah, it's preseason.
Yeah, they just didn't play well. They need to play better.
I agree.
Need to have more flow in the offense, starting Thursday night against Minnesota.
Yeah, I think so. And, I just think, because they're a veteran team, they can flip this. They understand preseason ain't the same. Do I want them to have the mentality, come in, be ready to go, fired up, even in preseason, handle business? Yes, but I'm a pause and wait and see.
Mm-hmm. I think the West is going to be an absolute dogfight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I said this last week. I understand optimism. I think some fans are thinking the Kings are going to be a lot better than most teams in the West. They're going to establish themselves early. They'll be up near the top, and they're just going to coast home. And maybe they'll compete for one of the top 4 spots. And maybe they will, but I think it's more likely the Kings will be in that bunch of teams from 4 to 10, wherever, where there's just going to be an absolute dogfight, back alley, scrap all season long.
And the thing about it, I mean, the separation.
Right.
There's going to be 51 to 46, like 6 or 7 teams within that win total. And so that's why every game is important, even against the dregs of the NBA. That's why it's important to get off to a good start. And, they say it's a marathon, not a sprint, but I feel like they got to have a sprinter's mentality where, you know what, if you relax just a bit, you can get past. So you got to go, 100 miles an hour right from the jump.
Yeah, it would be great if the Kings qualify as a top 6 team, and they're capable of doing that. I just think that if they're battling for a play-in spot, I hope fans don't look at that and go, and obviously it depends how it happens, but I hope fans don't look down on that and go, oh, they were playing last year. Because I think the West, there are so many good teams that it would be to their credit if they're able to stay in that scrap, because there's going to be a lot of good teams scratching and clawing for their lives this year.
Yeah.
The 2 LA teams specifically.
Right. Think about it. I mean, those are 2 veteran teams with, if they flame out again, it's like, do we blow it up? What do we do? It's like their last chance, their last gasp. And then you got the young, hungry teams like San Antonio and Houston coming up, chomping at the bit, and then you also got the top of the top, the OKCs and Minnesotas that feels like it's their time. We talked about it last week, I think it was. There are probably 8, 9 teams in the West that feel like, you know what? This is our year. We should make a deep run in the playoffs. Whereas, the East, probably 5 or 6. I mean, I think 1 through 10 or 11 really think in the West they can make some noise.
Who scares you more, New Orleans or Memphis? From the Kings standpoint.
New Orleans, just because the matchup, I think we match up better with Memphis. I think De'Aaron gets up for Ja Morant, but for some reason that length of what New Orleans throws at us, Herb Jones and Trey Murphy and those guys, it gives us problems. With no answer for Zion or Brandon Ingram. And so I just feel Memphis is more of a balanced offensive team, if you will. Like, I feel like we match up better against a team like Memphis.
Can you tell me how the Warriors got better? Why are so many people picking them? Just it's consistent, a couple notches ahead of the Kings. The Kings had DeMar DeRozan. The Warriors, I know they added some guys, but why do you think so many people look at the Warriors as being better than they were last year?
It's the Steph Curry effect, or the Warrior. Like, it's like this. You give teams the benefit of the doubt, and it's like, I guess some people think the moves the Warriors made were good moves. Like, they like, what they did. I'm not one of them. I think they were okay moves. I don't think it moves the needle enough, but you can never count out Steph Curry. That's the thought, right? That's the belief.
Yeah.
I just don't know why we don't get the benefit of the doubt either.
ESPN writes, if their preseason numbers mean anything, the Warriors should be one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the league. Well, preseason doesn't mean anything.
Right, it doesn't. Like, right, that's the point. And so, but the problem too is when you look at the critique of the Kings, they go with the same lazy defensive narrative, of defense. And so when we talked about it, second half of the season, Kings were much improved defensively. And so I just don't think people are paying attention to what we're doing out here.
Speaking of those extensions, do you think the Warriors are blowing it by not coming to some kind of agreement with Jonathan Kuminga?
Nah, because he'll be restricted. No matter what, they'll have his rights. They'll match whatever offer he gets in the offseason. And so, no, I think would it be nice for him? Yes. But I think ultimately he's going to be a Warrior.
I agree with you. I was talking, Jerry Reynolds was telling me about that not too long ago. Because he was in the Kings front office about the time they put the restricted free agency in there. And he said it's for teams to use. Teams don't use it. Sometimes, like the Warriors with Poole. They could have waited and seen what his value was.
Right.
Instead, they signed this big extension for him. They
didn't have to do that.
Right. Before he even got to restricted free agency.
Exactly.
So it's smart in some cases
to wait,
assuming you can do it without really offending a guy or whatever. But to see, all right, we're going to wait and see what your market is and make our decision there.
Some guys do get offended by that, though. You know what I mean? Some guys get upset about that. It's like, I've done all I can. I'm averaging 18, 20 points per game. And I guess when you look at especially superstar level players, it makes sense to give him that deal because you don't want to do anything to upset them. They have the leverage, they can force trades, that kind of thing. It's different though. I'm surprised Kuminga has did you see, you mentioned Şengün got his today.
I did not mention
You didn't
that.
mention that? Yeah,
Şengün,
Jalen
Green.
Green got his today as well. And so I'm shocked that the Warriors haven't done that with Kuminga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's a case where he thinks he's worth more than they think he's worth, clearly. I think he thinks he's worth a lot.
The max maybe or something
and
like that.
Don't see him
Yeah.
at that level.
And I think
they came to an agreement with Moody for much less.
I think the Warriors are very cap aware. Like they are aware of their finances after paying all that luxury tax and things like that over the years. I think they are really aware of, their spending going forward.
You already prepared us last week for the opening night to be maybe not what we are hoping for, right? I mean, you said, let's not overreact if they don't play well against Minnesota Timberwolves, right?
No, don't react. It's one game. It's one game. You know what I mean? It's like I do. If they get blown out, then okay. But if it's a hard-fought tough and they lose by 3 at home, I'm not going to trip out or anything like that. You want them to win, yes. But, it'd be different if they lost at home to Portland game 1. Minnesota is one of the top teams in the NBA. I get it.
I just want them to play well after playing so poorly in the preseason. Just want them to have a good game. What did you think of the WNBA championship yesterday?
I didn't get to watch it.
Was terrible. They ruined the best season in WNBA history with a terrible call.
I saw the call, and it was terrible. Are we talking about the Breonna Stewart travel and then the foul?
Right.
That was bad. And then you heard Minnesota's coach afterwards.
Yes.
She was saying, bring that smoke. She was ready for that smoke.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We got to understand. The officiating in the WNBA has, in my opinion, been awful all season long. It has been really poorly officiated. And I think it's something the league needs to address. I think it's something the league needs to do. That's a tough way to go out. Pivotal game. And did you see, I just saw this on social media. The commissioner had a dress on that had the New York skyline.
We talk about the Lakers always get favorable calls, and they never call holding on the Chiefs. But I've never seen anything like that where the commissioner of the league comes out wearing a dress with one team's skyline on it and then says, this is where the championship belongs.
Yes. Yeah, that's the fix is in, right? Like, jeez. Yeah, that's not a good look. That's not a good look.
Yeah. So that was an unfortunate end to a great season. Well, the hat looks good.
Nah, I got to take it off, man. It's itching my head and everything. I thought it was Travis Matthew. It's Kirkland's signature here. I'm like, I don't know about this hat here. So I decided to take it off. I appreciate the gesture, though. How about that?
Yeah.
It'll go up on my mantle or something like that.
I'm going to put my
autograph it.
Yeah, I'll sign it maybe. And, nobody wants this, Jay.
An autograph. It's got Kyle Draper autograph on it.
Absolutely. Hey, how was FanFest?
No, it was fantastic.
The autograph ain't worth nothing?
No, I signed a lot of autographs yesterday. That's for sure. FanFest was great. 8,000, 9,000, something like that. Tremendous vibes in the arena as well. It was amazing to see, man. It was amazing to be back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the guys were great, man. They went into the crowd signing autographs. Fox, Sabonis, Mason Jones, like everybody, sort of went into the crowd, signed autographs, took pictures. It was amazing.
I know there's at least one guy on Twitter's like, Kyle Draper is the greatest, and he does so much for the fans. So what's the mood of the fan base based on what you saw yesterday about this upcoming season?
Who was that? Who said that?
It was probably one of Kyle Draper's burner accounts.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I was going to show him some love. I was say for real. Like, who really put that out there?
Yeah, he retweeted it. I saw it. I forget who it was.
Drapes, you were in rare form yesterday, brother?
Yeah, man. I was out there with my people, man. I was with my people out there. Okay. Yeah, it was a good time, bro. Mm-hmm. Good time. Mm-hmm. Good time. Mm-hmm. Sitting there with High Flyer. I had my son there as well. What you going out there right now? You what you on social? You looking it up right now? You trying to find it right now?
You and that guy credit.
Yeah.
I muted Kyle Draper.
Listen to you. It was great, man. It was the thing about yesterday, and I said it, I was on the mic there, did a Q&A, is that
Alex Razchak.
Yeah, that's my guy. My guy.
I'm such a Kyle Draper TV fan, man. The love he shows the Kings and our fans is next level, and he's out in full force at FanFest. Love to see it.
That's what's up, brother.
That was my guy. That's KD. I'm glad you ain't played Kyle Draper pause one or whatever that one is. Like, nah, man. I said it was like a family reunion yesterday. You know, when it's like the fans are back in the building, you're seeing the ushers and the concession workers and everything. You're seeing the players and some of the people courtside. It was, it was great. It's like, all right, we're back together. This feels like home. That's what it felt like yesterday.
So what are fans expecting? Where do you think they are? Are they cautiously optimistic? Are they bullish on this season? We heard from some people last week right here on the text line. Oh, it's gonna, they're not going to make the playoffs. They should tank.
You know how it is, Whitey. The negative people always are a little louder. I think fans are bullish on this season. I think it was interesting when they introduced the players. DeMar was the last one they introduced, sort of like, and look, our new special weapon that we have. And so, man, it's fan. I think the team fans are excited. I think, they're expecting big things. I mean, think about it. In terms of the roster, it's the best roster we've had in a number of years, almost 20 years or so. And so I think fans understand that, a very smart fan base, and they're looking forward to it.
Is Dougie McDermott already becoming kind of a fan favorite?
I think so. And he's going to play, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be a big part of what we do. His skill set is something we don't have. Him and Kevin Huerter are the only true, just pure knockdown, catch and shoot guys. And we saw it in the preseason game. And I think fans are going to love this guy.
You're supposed to give him this year what they were hoping to get from Sasha, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How about that? Yes. And that's what I said. It's like, and I was saying it last week. I was saying it to High Flyer yesterday. Sasha was brought here to make shots. He just couldn't make shots. Doug McDermott, a career 40% three-point shooter. That's what he's going to do. We know that, And so I think that's why it's an upgrade. A lot of people are like, oh, we get McDermott, that's it? But this guy can knock down, shoot the ball. So I think he's going to help us.
If you look at the top five, projected to be the top five in the West, so you're talking about Minnesota, talking about Dallas, talking about Denver, and then Phoenix, and who am I missing in there? OKC. Which of those five do you think is most likely to slide? You think it's Denver?
Denver, yeah. I think every year they're losing. And I know they got Russell Westbrook. It was, he's a future Hall of Famer, but I don't know if he fits with what they do. And you lose a guy like KCP, a dog, a two-way player. You lose Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, in previous years. And they got him
number 4.
What was the win total projected?
Projected wins 46.3.
Like, why do they? It seems like they always underproject, though. If the fourth team in the NBA has 46 wins, that doesn't make sense, right?
Well, this is a little confusing because it's number 4, Denver Nuggets. BPI's ranking 6. So you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Are they 4th or are they 6th?
Right. It doesn't. Yeah. It's confusing. And I understand you got to have content before the season, but man.
OKC. Number 2, they rank them. BPI ranks them number 1. OKC is going to be, assuming some health, they're going to be great this year.
Okay. Oh, they're so deep, even without Hartenstein to begin the season. And 100%. I think, the ad of Alex Caruso coming off your bench, a tough, hard-nosed dog, I think so. I think they're the deepest team probably in the Western Conference.
You can experience the classic rock you know and love with the Little River Band this fall, only at the Nugget Casino Resort. Drapes, Jay, you guys got a favorite Little River Band song?
No.
Reminiscing. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, looking for caller number
7.
Caller number 7.
Doug McBuckets.
To score that pair of tickets to check out the Little River Band at Nugget Casino Resort in Reno. Get an automatic entry for the grand prize drawing of an inclusive one-night stay after the show. For more information, visit sackdownsports.com. Stick around. Mark Fellowell, the voice of the Denver Nuggets, joins us next. Of the Dallas Mavericks. Mark Fellowell, voice of the Mavericks, joins us next on Sackdown Sports.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Toyota's legendary truck event is on. Hurry in for $2,000 cash back on any 2024 Tundra, or choose a great lease on a new 2024 Tacoma 4x4. Get to your Toyota dealer today, because this truck event will be Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available to TFS providers with premium rated credit until 11/4/24.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
October is ending, but I want to keep the fall fun going. So I shopped Kohl's lowest prices of the season. I saved 30% on top active brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. Then I got my kids some boots for under $22, scored 50% off Food Network baking must-haves, and earned Kohl's Cash. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Flex Styles offers in October 27th. Coupons do not apply to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. See store or Kohl's for details.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Get ready for an incredible night as the iconic Little River Band hits the stage at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. Join us Saturday, November 16th at the Nugget Grand Ballroom for an unforgettable concert experience. You'll hear all your favorites in this must-see event of classic rock. The Little River Band live at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. For tickets and info, visit nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
How about it? The NBA season tips off, Drapes, tomorrow night.
I'm fired up, man. Celtics getting their rings tomorrow. We got that hat looks good on you, actually.
Oh, does it?
Are you a hat guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. There's a Jim at Brickhouse Industries. Yeah.
Yours don't have Kirkland or anything on it?
I don't think so.
Must be nice.
Not sure.
Maybe
it has hidden messages somewhere. It's time to turn our attention to, look, I don't like this team. This is gentlemen joining us here. They've got a fine team. I'm not a big fan after what they did to us when they came in here last March, right?
And they talked some trash, too. Yeah. They got us.
Nice enough to join us, the outstanding TV play-by-play voice of the Dallas Mavericks. You also see him doing the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Mark Followell. How are you today, Mark?
Hey, guys. What's up? Hey, Kyle, Kevin.
Mark, hey, one of the best voices in
Absolutely.
The business, man. I tell you, this guy is sharp, man. I'm envious, Mark. Give me those pipes, bro. God.
Well, you're doing all right, Kyle.
Thank you.
I think things are going very well for you, my friend.
Yes. Thank you.
Always good to watch the work that when it's Mark and Katie or you and Katie that you guys do on the Kings broadcast, and just you guys do an excellent job and good to catch up.
Very nice. Mark Followell with us. Hey, how is Clay working out so far? How do you think he's going to fit in with what you guys have going on in Dallas?
Well, so far, great. I think he's going to fit in great. I mean, obviously, we got to get to the real games to start seeing it all start to happen and take place rather than just speculate and guess based on past history or the preseason. But obviously, the Mavs are super optimistic, or they wouldn't have done it to begin with, and I'm super optimistic. I think, the best thing I could probably tell you right now is, just from my own perspective, it's really cool to watch, because I think there are certain things that you don't have an appreciation of when you don't see a player night in and night out. And so just getting to start to watch him in preseason and his next level of intelligence with regard to understanding how to move and cut off the ball, which of course puts you in positions to get open. And then with his release being so quick, he doesn't need much space to get off shots. So that's one thing I'm really liking. The other thing is, he had a preseason or a summertime press conference here back in July after the signing. And he went to the gym, and I went to go watch the Summer League guys practice that day. And he was in the gym and just sitting there watching him for 45 minutes on a freaking Tuesday in July. And the professionalism and meticulous attention to detail of a shooting workout and the rhythm and just the muscle memory in a perfect form through thousands and thousands and thousands of shots over the years, and the accuracy, obviously, to watch him in person for the first time ever get to go through something like that. That was really neat for me. And so, I'm certainly very excited about that. Just watching that and watching the level of professionalism and leadership he's going to bring to this organization. And finally, I would say that everything that Clay is saying indicates how energized he is for this opportunity. Because obviously, the Warriors and his situation and his time there will forever be in his heart. And why wouldn't it be? Because of all of the success they had as a group. But it sounds like he was ready for something different and ready for a fresh start. And he seems energized and is super excited about the team that he's going to be on and the players he's going to play with and the coach he's going to be coached by. He's the Hall of Famer Jason Kidd, and playing with Luka and playing with Kyrie. So, it's all super positive from my perspective with how everything is with Clay right now.
Hey, Mark, why is it working with?
That was a long answer.
Yeah.
Good answer, though.
Yeah, that's a good answer right there. What makes the Kyrie Luka backcourt work? Like, what have you seen over the last season and a half or whatever it's been to lead you to believe that, you know what, that has worked? What are they doing together out there?
Well, the first thing that I would say is this, and I think this especially showed up last year. If you compare the Mavs' clutch time record last season to what their clutch record looked like the prior season post-acquisition of Kyrie Irving, I thought in the end of the 2022-23 season, for that third of a season that Kyrie was here, that Luke and Kyrie, they were thrown together in the middle of the season. I thought that they played like two talented individuals doing their best. But notice I said two talented individuals. Mm-hmm. And last year, I thought their clutch time play looked much more like a cohesive duo of two talented guys rather than two talented individuals trying to figure it out on the fly. So time together last year made it work. Obviously growing in terms of their on-court and off-court chemistry and the relationship and being able to read the situation of this guy's on a heater. I need to lay back. This guy's ready to defer to me. It's my time to step up. They just had a much, much better feel for those sorts of things. The basketball that they played together last year didn't feel like my turn, your turn, or I'm going to play iso ball and you're going to go stand in the corner. They played sets that involved each other, screening for each other, for example. And I know that there was a little bit of a reticence to do that previously because I think the feeling was, well, defenses will just switch. And the entire point of running a pick and roll and screening for each other would be negated by that. But I think that they, tried to navigate that situation a little bit more last year and obviously did it effectively by implementing those sets in their offense, not to use all of the time, but at least to be able to use some of the time. And, just loved how they played off of each other and with each other last year. It worked really, really well.
Mark, follow with us. And I don't know if anyone is old enough to remember when Bump Wills used to play second base for the Sacramento Solons, but that's Mark's first favorite second baseman, if I understand his Twitter timeline.
I saw a tweet about that.
Yes.
Somebody said, who was the second baseman on your favorite baseball team when you started watching baseball? And so, Bump Wills was the everyday second baseman of the Texas Rangers when I first was baseball conscious. In the late 70s.
Yeah, and I saw him play here. He was a minor leaguer here. So,
Mark, you just really dated yourself.
I know.
You might be older than I am.
Probably. Wanted to ask you what you think of DeMar DeRozan's fit here. And before you answer, we've been talking to announcers and writers around the league the last couple of weeks, and a lot of skepticism, frankly, a lot of optimism, but skepticism. So what do you make of the fit? How do you think it's going to work out, DeMar DeRozan with Sacramento?
I mean, I haven't looked at the roster lately and looked at how all the pieces fit together. And so, I haven't been doing prep on Sacramento like I have an imminent broadcast about them. But my general feeling on DeMar DeRozan is that he still has the ability to go get a bucket at any point in time. Yes, I understand that in this era of, we should treat mid-range shots as basketball anathema. I don't necessarily believe that. I think DeMar knows his game. And, the most important thing, and I embrace the three and I understand the math of it and everything like that. I totally get that. But I also think that it's very important to take shots that you have a higher probability and likelihood of making than something that you don't. And I think he knows his game really well and obviously knows where his spots are on the floor. The more times he spends with the team, then he knows probably where his shots are going to come from and the flow of an offense. So I think DeMar is a very smart player who understands his game and understands team concepts well. And I think, he has the ability that you can put, like I said, you can put the ball in his hands late in the game and he could go get a bucket. And plus he, gets fouled, not obviously at the rate that he got fouled earlier in his career and goes to the free throw line, but he gets fouled and goes to the line a pretty fair amount too. So I like him as a player. I mean, how it's going to fit with the team, I guess remains to be seen because of, we'll start finding out this week. And again, forgive me for not having, a little bit better familiarity with some of the other changes that have happened. I mean, obviously Sabonis and Fox are still there, and that's sort of the fulcrum on how everything operates. And I think to have another late game option and to have someone who knows what it's like to be a number one option and can carry the load for long stretches of a game, to me, that's a good thing. But there's obviously other there's other pieces to the puzzle, and how they fit and how it all comes together, of course, is the great unknown here. But I certainly think there's more positive to feel about it today than there is negative to feel about it. And we'll see how it all starts to look whenever the games start. Is that a decent enough answer?
Yeah, you're far too reasonable. Saying we don't know because it's preseason.
We got to wait and see.
I know, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do college. I appreciate the great intro earlier, by the way, and I do college football games as well. And for a long time, I do Big Ten Network games right now. But before, I did a lot of Big 12 and Conference USA games for Fox, and I work on the Big Ten Network now. Well, doing about a half season of football. And when I was doing Big 12 football games, I would go do Kansas State games every once in a while, and Bill Snyder was their coach. And Bill Snyder, every time you would ask him a question about what a player was doing and what he thought, he would give you a little bit of an answer about it. But what he's going to continue to do remains to be seen. And so I always brace the term that something remains to be seen, and that's very true. So
yes.
I hope that you didn't feel like I was giving you a non-answer answer.
Not at all.
We're just going to have to. We're going to have to wait and see. But I think there's a lot to like about DeMar DeRozan, but how it all fits together, that's why we start playing the games this week.
Yes,
And the crazy thing about sports talk radio, sometimes people, and believe me, as someone who's done a lot of sports talk radio in their career, I know that we all do this. Sometimes we always talk about what has been and what will be. We never talk about what is. So we'll start getting to find out what is here pretty soon. And that's a great thing for Kings fans, a great thing for Mavs fans, and everybody else around the league.
Hey, Mark, one guy
I'm your show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Long as you have me on your broadcast down when I come down there, it'll be fair payback. What about my guy, Najee Marshall? He's a guy I wanted the Kings to go after this offseason. You guys got him. How does he fit in? I feel like he's flying under the radar after the Clay signing.
Yeah, I love him. I don't think that at the beginning of the year he's going to be in the starting lineup. We'll see how remains to be seen how the rest of the year plays out. But what I like about Marshall is this. He fits, obviously, a need for a wing defender that the Mavs have to replace with the exit of Derek Jones Jr., a key component of the team last year. Is he as good of a defender as Jones? Don't know. Probably a little bit of a different style, a little bit more rugged, not quite as quick and wiry like Jones was, but I still think he's an excellent defender, and all signs when you look at what he did with the Pelicans point to that. He took a really big jump in his three-point shooting last year, which is very encouraging. And he's not the high flyer that Jones is, but he also seems like that he's got some things in his game in terms of secondary playmaking ability, that will fit in nicely as well. And he won't be someone who is completely relegated to standing in the corner and waiting for someone else to create a shot for him. I think he's got more to his game than that. And, like Jones would have the ability to cut off the ball, was a great off-ball mover, floor runner, and obviously was a high flyer, either in pick-and-roll situations or offensive putback situations and things like that. And I think Marshall is going to give them a lot of versatility as well. I believe that Willie Green started calling him the knife, kind of like a Swiss Army knife, and I think he's a player with a lot of different skill sets that will help the Mavs win games. I think he's the kind of player that maybe he doesn't help a not so good team become a good team, but I think maybe he's the kind of player that helps a really good team be an even better team, if that makes sense.
Mark Fallowell's with us from the Mavs. And what areas, Mark, would you think Jason Kidd would love to see his team improve this year? Obviously, you guys made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. It was an unforgettable year, but everybody wants to get better. In what ways do you think Coach wants to see the Mavs improve this year?
Well, I think the first thing that he would tell you is that, and I've asked those sorts of questions, and he'll say that they can't live in last year. Mm-hmm. You've got to reestablish the chemistry and go down that road again and reestablish the connectedness and all of those things that you had as a group that propelled you to the NBA Finals last year. So not living in last year, I think, would be probably one thing. But in my opinion, and I think, you were asking what Jay Kidd thinks. I mean, to me, what needs to happen this year is I think that with the hopefully improved depth on the team, they will be in a position to navigate injuries if those arise. And hopefully they're in a position over the course of the year. And Jason has said this. He said, we've got to be focused on attention to detail on the small things this year and be connected through all the season and have consistency. Because what needs to happen for the Mavs is this. For the 2 of the 3 years that J. Kidd has been here and they've made long runs in the playoffs, both of those seasons have featured sort of the same pattern. Start the year really well in the first 15-ish games, then hit a rough patch for a number of reasons. Schedule gets tougher, injuries hit, whatever. And then spend the back half of the season busting your tail to try to get out of play-in tournament position last year and back in 2022. And so that's why you have those 2 huge games like they had in Sacramento late March last year that were so pivotal. And they busted their tail in those situations and propelled themselves to being a 4 seed one time and a 5 seed another time and launched on to a playoff run to the Western Conference Finals in 2022 and the NBA Finals last year. It would be a whole lot better if you were able to be consistent all year long. And at the end of the year, you're not fighting to avoid the play-in tournament. You're fighting to be a top 2 or 3 seed, which means theoretically maybe, starting at home, obviously, and maybe a little bit of an easier path. So you're not chasing series and you always feel like that you're playing against a better team and it's going to take playing really good, perfect, flawless basketball to be able to win series. They're all still going to be tough, but if you could just be in a position to have a better record, start a series or 2 at home, hopefully start a series or 2 on the front foot. The Mavs have done a great job chasing series, losing a lot of game ones over these last 2 playoff runs and still having tremendous runs. But ultimately, I think the better, more likely path to being able to sustain that all the way to the ultimate goal is you need to be playing on the front foot some rather than chasing series all the time. So be more consistent throughout the year, and hopefully you have a better record at the end of the year.
Hey, Mark, we got a question on the text line, and, I'll piggyback on this question. They said, how does Mark feel about slow preseason starts and if it portends anything for the regular season? I know Dallas, had a slow preseason start. Kings winless in the preseason. Are the natives restless out there in Dallas about that? Or is it like, when the regular season comes, we'll be fine?
No, there's not. I mean, I don't sense much of that. I mean, for the Mavs perspective, and again, I apologize for not having really watched, Kings preseason games closely. So I don't know how many
anything, Mark.
you had.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah. I mean, look, Luka didn't play at all in the preseason. Kyrie rested 2 games. Clay rested a game. Other individuals that would be rotation players missed some games due to injury along the way. So I think every time someone asked Jason Kidd what he wanted to get out of tonight's preseason game, his answer every time was health. And that's really about all he said. A couple of times he said, well, we're going to start some younger guys tonight, and it'll be really interesting to see how they respond to this situation. And we'll get a chance to evaluate them in a different role. But I don't think winning or losing preseason games in the NBA means a damn thing. It's nice when young players get some more minutes and get some opportunities to play in an expanded role and respond to different kind of situations. Maybe there's something that you can project towards regular season sustainability with younger players if you start seeing them doing different things in their game or just playing at a different level. But team results in the preseason, I think, by and large part, aren't very important. The one example I would give you that's different is back when Don Nelson was the coach here and the Mavs had not made the playoffs for 11 straight years. And they got pretty close in the 1999-2000 season. They had a really good run at the end of the year, but fell a few games short. And then next year when they came to training camp, this is back when they played 8 freaking preseason games, by the way. God. When Nelly came to training camp that year, he said, we are going to take these preseason games very seriously because this team and this organization hasn't been to the playoffs in 11 years, and we need to start building winning habits from the moment that we step on the floor for any kind of competition, even if it's a preseason game. So that would be one instance in my career where I've seen a coach treat the preseason and treat winning with a very high degree of importance. So there's always an exception to these things. But generally speaking, I think that success or lack thereof in the preseason doesn't portend anything for what you're going to do in the regular season.
Mark, we
Does that
appreciate
make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I need, you can tell. Sometimes I need some reassurance. That's making sense.
You've been very generous with your time. I know you're getting ready for the season. You're busy with a lot of things. So thanks. We'll.
Man, we're not doing the game on Thursday. It's a TNT game.
Oh yeah.
So,
Hey, I got one final question, Mark.
One final question.
I've got extra time. We can't do the game on Thursday. The league doesn't want our broadcast dunking on their broadcast.
Oh, right.
Mark, real quick, because I love sitting next to you when we call the games, but that broadcast location is super duper tight. I heard they were making some changes this year though in Dallas. Can you tell me about that at all? Give me a little primer before I come.
Our broadcast location is same as it ever was. So nothing's
no more space or anything, huh?
TV broadcast. It's down at least close to the floor.
Okay.
But yes, it's kind of like getting into the capsule of a spaceship.
Right.
Not that I've ever done that, but it looks to me like one way in, one way out.
Right. It's like being on an airplane. Like for somebody to get out the row, everybody got to get up and let them through, and everything. It's pretty tight down there.
That's why I sit in the window seat all the time on the plane if I can. I don't want to be that guy.
Yep.
So, I don't want to have to be. I don't want to have to be getting up, and that's why I will wait until the very last possible moment to have any sort of getting up type of thing. Yeah. I will wait until it's like a total okay, this is going to happen in the next couple of minutes if you get my drift. It's like, sorry, got to get up. Got to ask you guys to get up and let me out, please. I try to avoid that, so I don't want to be that guy.
Well, it's been fun.
The broadcast position is the same, Kyle.
Darn. Okay.
Yeah, we'll make sure that you get some candy or something like that.
Yeah, some treats or something.
So, we've learned a lot.
We'll take good care of you.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from you. We've reminisced about Bump Wills. I think we're at sadly the end of the line here for this chat.
It's been probably the best 20 minutes in Sacramento radio today. So
okay. All right.
I think so. But just today.
Today.
Tomorrow's
Sure.
a new day.
We will
be seeing what will happen tomorrow. Yeah.
We will see you soon. We appreciate your time very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Mark.
Take care. See you guys.
All right. Yeah.
Mark's a good dude. No, he's a good guy. That's my guy. He's a good guy. Man.
He makes it hard to not like the Mavericks.
I know, right?
But I don't like
they got Luka, Kyrie, but no, he's a good dude. Man. He's a good dude.
But
great job too. He does. But man, I'll tell you what. Give Nico Harrison, their president, their GM, some credit. The moves he made at the deadline and now this offseason. I mean, we talked about Najee Marshall. He was a killer for the Pelicans against us. Like just the boldness, the strut, the swagger. He's a guy we need, and they got him. I'm like,
Just think back to those games in March. I know you and I were out at, I think were we at Beachhead Deli?
We'll be there Thursday as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were out there, and I remember talking to you about how, hey, if the Kings win these two games and then they got the tiebreaker over Dallas, and the way it turns out, Dallas goes on a run. They sweep that series.
Yep.
They end up 5th in the West. The Kings end up in the play and don't get out of it, and the Mavs go all the way to the finals.
Who knew?
Yeah, which just tells you how bunched and packed it is in the West and how everything's on the table going all the way up into the postseason.
Yeah, exactly. You see what Campio said about you and your hat?
What's that?
On the YouTube chat? Check it out. Whitey looks like the Little League coach who has been at it 30 years and is watching his team in the field and wondering why the parents aren't involved like they were 30 years ago.
That's a good question, Pampy. Whatever happened? Used to have, dads out here throwing BP. Now I got to do it all myself.
You look like you should coach the Bad News Bears, man. You look like an 80s baseball coach right there.
You got it. Absolutely. Yeah. Going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, I think we got to make our picks for tonight. And we'll tell you why there are, no excuses for the game Brock had yesterday. It's coming up with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Another cool start Tuesday, seasonably so, with valley temperatures in the low 50s. We're headed for the upper 70s Tuesday afternoon with a few clouds. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off? about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
It's taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino. With 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations that include SR Prime Steakhouse, 32 Brews, Dragon Boat, and The Market. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience the height of hospitality. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The shot clock is ticking, and your home team is driving up the court. But don't miss your chance to score big at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Save on a new Accord, HR-V, Ridgeline, or the all-new Prologue before the buzzer sounds on year-end deals. Don't get benched by high prices. Slam dunk your savings today.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, sold on report.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan's Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan silver dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Americans treasure owning silver bars and coins, putting them away for themselves and their loved ones. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. You'll be glad you did. Hurry, don't miss out on this special deal. Save $10 per silver bar. The more you buy, the more you save. Limit of 25 bars per customer. Call to learn more. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan silver dollar. That's a $59.95 value and free shipping. Call 1-800-222-3967 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan silver dollar bars. That's 1-800-222-3967.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
O'Reilly.
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts in West Sacramento and Town Center Plaza next to Nugget Markets now through October 29th for the Customer Appreciation Day sale. You'll get 2 times O rewards points on select purchases. Plus, pick up 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil and receive a $10 gift card after rebate. And buy 1, get 1 free Coca-Cola products at your Town Center Plaza, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation.
Call 800-838-8614. 800-838-8614. That's 800-838-8614.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now that fall is here, now is the perfect time to head to Stockton and check out a new Mercedes-Benz. I had the opportunity just last week to drive an all-new S-Class 550, and let me tell you, it was a sweet ride. The moment I hopped in, I felt like I was in a world of luxury. From the steering wheel to the seat cooling and even the power of the engine, I was impressed. And then, of course, when I hopped into my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV, I felt the same thing. So hurry in and take advantage of the Mercedes-Benz incentive bonuses up to $15,000. And they have tons of pre-owned vehicles as well, including C-Class sedans, GLC SUVs, and a whole lot more. Take it from me, you won't be disappointed. So take the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online at mbofstockton.com.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's October does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
We've managed to avoid talking about the 49ers for a while here. We got to get back to that. But before we do, we have to make our picks for tonight's Monday night matchups, double matchups, because they're about to start. So we certainly don't want to be making picks after the games start. So to do that, we got to review what happened yesterday. I think, Jay, I think everybody, if we had wagered, I think we all would have made money yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I think so.
We'd have been up.
Yeah, the whole lot of us. I don't think I did as well as you guys, but everyone would have made money. But Jay has the official numbers.
Yeah, so
what you got?
So yesterday,
First of all, we have to kick back. I still owe a punishment from last week, and Whitey
and
still
he owes one.
from
Yes. I'm keeping track.
We gotta make sure we keep track.
James just said, "Whitey, you owe 3." I said, "No,
I knew I wasn't the loser. I knew that.
You owe 3, man."
That's what he said. It's not correct."
Okay,
But,
it definitely ain't correct.
All right.
So with that being said, Drapes, you had 9 wins yesterday.
So are we also including Thursday?
Yes, this is include Thursday.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
So, excuse me, this past week, you hit the Bills, Bengals, Houston Colts, Eagles, Raiders, Washington Steelers, and the Chiefs. I had 8 wins this week. Hit both my bonuses.
Hit his bonuses, yeah.
At Bills, Bengals, H-Town, Colts, Lions, Eagles, Steelers, and Broncos. So it pushes me to 10.
10.
And Whitey, you are bringing up the rear right now with 8. You hit the Bills, Bengals, Houston's, Colts, Lions, Washington, Steelers, and the Broncos on Thursday as well.
Yeah, my stupid Giants pick.
Giants. Dude, you just wanted to go against my Eagles. That's all that was.
The other one, too, was the Rams got us. They won by 5, 20-15. They were giving up 7. We all took, and I need to start doing this. Because I got to start going against Kirk Cousins. I talk as much head. I took the Falcons. Of course, they got smoked.
Yep.
They're
frauds.
Yeah, the other thing is, too, I got to stop being a homer. Took the 49ers.
Yeah.
See, you being a – so I didn't take the Niners, right?
Right.
No, you took the Chiefs.
He doesn't even know.
Oh, my God.
He doesn't even know who he picked.
Because, man, I got too many leagues going on here, man. I forget. I don't write them down like you guys do.
Well, I write them down because it's my job.
Yeah, I trust you.
I know my picks for the most part.
Trust me, I know my Eagles picks. That's all I know.
So 2 games tonight,
and
I'm trailing by a game. I'm 2 games out of first.
Yes.
Yeah, so how does it look tonight, Jeff?
All right, fellas, we start with the Ravens and Buccaneers, who are kicking off right just about now, 10 minutes or 9 minutes to be completely exact right now on the board. Guess what? We might have a home dog. We got the Buccaneers, who are, and as I get it together, the Buccaneers are a home dog right now. They are getting 4. The Baltimore Ravens on the road, they are giving 4. I'll start with Mr. Draper, right? It'll be on Draper today.
So what is it?
Actually, we'll start with Whitey.
Yeah.
Because Whitey had – or no, it wouldn't be fair. Me. Yeah, let's start with
Because then this way he can decide whether he wants to so the Ravens are getting 4.
They're giving 4.
They're giving 4.
Okay.
4. Yes, they're giving 4. Tampa. This is a tough one. Oh, I'm going to go Tampa, baby. My boy Baker Mayfield. Oh, Whitey wanted Tampa, too. He wanted Tampa badly.
Woo!
He wanted Tampa badly.
Home dog.
We got them home dogs?
Yeah.
Is that where you going?
You got Tampa?
I got Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're going home dogs then. And let me get that home dogs up there. You got to get that home dogs. I'm following the cab. I'm taking the home dogs. I'm taking Tampa. Give me the 4.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson is phenomenal on Monday nights. Will he be phenomenal tonight? He has a chance. Give me the Ravens.
Oh, that's the one, huh? That's the one. Whitey's going different here.
Okay.
And what's the score, Jay?
Right now
10,
it's 10, 9, 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Right, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. All right, fellas. The last one of the week, we have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, guess what they are?
What?
They're home dogs.
Home dogs.
Right now, they are a +1. Almost a pick 'em. Do you have the Chargers or do you have the Cardinals? I'll go first because Whitey's still bringing up the rear. I'm going to take the LA Chargers. Can't take the home dogs on this one. I'll take a picking game. J.K. Dobbins controlling the ball. I'll take the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh. Drapes, who do you have?
No, let's say Whitey's turn, right?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you know what I'm going to do, right, Whitey? You know what whoever you pick, I'm going to pick 2. So that way, at worst, I could tie.
But that's why we let people pick on Monday.
But usually we go back and forth. Like, Drapes went first. Now it's Whitey's turn first.
Y'all take the Chargers.
You got the Chargers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And who'd you take, Jay?
I took the Chargers, sir.
At home against the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals, baby. Yeah. What we call them? Home dogs.
Hey, home dog. See, do I want to have a chance to catch Jay possibly? Can't catch him. Jay, I would like to lock down
Oh,
the Chargers. If I may do that.
you trying to? So he can
Okay.
beat me. He tried to get me here.
I could maybe catch him. I could end up way.
Oh, because you get the bonus.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Drapes, you don't have nothing there. If you
I don't have no
lock
locks.
or upset this week.
Give me the lock on the Bucks.
You got the locks on
Because the
on the
Bucks,
Tampa.
you don't
Yes.
get you
got
don't
the
get
4.
penalized,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the lock on the Bucks. Yeah,
I like it.
yes. That might decide it right there.
Hey, that might be it.
You know, with the Bucks, you could do either one. I'm not
what is
trying to
it?
trick you.
Lock
You
or
could do
upset?
lock
Upset or
'cause
lock.
Yeah.
Might want to go upset, cover it up.
But
It
it's the
doesn't
same
matter.
thing, though,
It's
right?
the same thing.
Yeah,
It is the
same thing, right?
As I look at it, it is the same
It's
thing.
the same thing. Yeah.
All right. There we go.
There we go. All right. So hold on. Who you got, Whitey? Ravens and Chargers?
Ravens, and I got the Chargers.
Oh, you
and
got
I
the Hardballs.
Chargers
Huh?
are
Okay,
locking it
okay.
down.
You got a lock on the Chargers.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
So
got
this is a
the,
big swing night.
This
yes,
is
it
big.
is.
I'm nervous now. See, because I wanted to play it smart and be like, all right, I guarantee can't lose, but that's not the Drapes way. You know, I'm a risk taker, a gambler.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? That's no fun, Jay.
Nah, I'm with you.
So, all right.
That's probably why I don't do very well other places all the
Right.
time.
Right. I know what you mean, right? I know what you mean.
But
These are two
everybody,
big games
now,
tonight.
it can change tonight because especially those of us taking chances. But like I said, everybody would have made Sacktown
Some money.
Sports fun bucks this week.
Yeah.
So good job.
I'm looking at this Chargers Cardinals over under at 44.5. Part of me's thinking over on that. I think the Cardinals will put up some points. I think they'll get 27. I like Kyler Murray. Maybe I'm biased by because he ran roughshod over the Niners, but I like the Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, well, didn't they get pasted the next game? They beat the 49ers, and then the next week they got
pasted. Yeah.
What's the word you used in your
mollywop?
No,
no,
that wasn't your word. It was
cattywampus.
Yeah, they got cattywampus. That's what happened to them.
The Chargers are averaging 18.2 points per game, though.
They play those,
the Chargers.
Harbaugh,
Yeah, that's
old
true.
school,
That's true.
Bo Schembechler
Yeah.
type games.
Man, they're lighting you up on YouTube right now, just so you know.
Why?
They say all he needs is a fungo bat.
That's a compliment. Yeah.
Eric, you know he has one in the trunk of his car.
Whitey carries his bat with him like a walking stick. These are all true.
I love this.
These are
stuff.
not insults. These are like, thank you. Thank you for recognizing what I am.
How's your fungo game, White?
It's not great.
It's not?
Not a fungo
I was
guy?
never much of a fungo guy.
Is that
I
fugazi?
never put the fun in fungo. No, I just never
really?
did. I'm never very good.
Better
How about
better
you?
ground ball hitter or a fly ball hitter?
Ground ball.
Okay.
Yeah. You're talking about infield, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Fungo, you hitting to the defense.
Round the horn. All right, let's get two.
Oh, boy. Are you
All right,
you swing?
check the runner. Check the runner, throw to first.
You swing right-handed. Are you the guy that has to throw up with the same hand and then bring two to the?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
Yeah. All right. There you go. So just throw it with your
Just
left
one
hand.
hand and
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely.
Have you seen guys that throw up with the right hand and then have to?
Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
have now that you mentioned it.
Have you? Let
It
me
looks
see.
kind of cool, actually.
Really?
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah. So basically, you throw it with the hand that's your dominant hand.
Yeah.
Come on.
Always looks funny. Just throw it with the
that
opposite.
does.
hand.
Yeah, that does.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're not tossing it like you're just tossing it up, right?
That's right. It's not that hard. Well, thank you. These are not, maybe you're trying to insult me, but you're actually complimenting.
Oh no.
I appreciate
Peg
it.
Junk says, yeah, not a diss on Coach Gleason. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, my bad.
That's right. That's right.
How's your sign game? Can you deliver a good sign?
What's the indicator, Jay?
You tell me.
I go to the nose. That's the
Okay, that's your indicator.
right?
Okay.
You guys,
Yeah.
man. All right.
It's a take sign right there. We had it when I was in Little League. We had signs. Instead of signs, the guy would tell you what to do, the first base coach. So it's like, you have those big old helmets on,
Yeah.
like you're in a World War II Nazi tank or something, and you can't hear anything. And the guy goes, I said, what? And then the pitch comes, strike. And the manager's like, hey, you're supposed to steal. Wow,
Right.
give me a sign. It's a sign,
It's a
not
sign,
somebody
not
goes, So then I went on the next
you
pitch
couldn't
and
hear it.
They threw me
And
out.
they
by
threw you
8
out.
feet because they knew I was going. Come on.
Oh man, that's
Give me something to work
hilarious.
with, Coach. See, Coach Gleason doesn't operate that way.
What other sports you play as a youth? All of them?
That we didn't play. Honestly, soccer was not a thing when I was a kid. It's like no one played.
Yeah.
If you played soccer, people would look at you and go, "What?
Right.
Are you from Europe?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?"
You're right. Nowadays, everybody starts with soccer. It seems like.
Yeah. So just football, basketball, baseball, cross country in high school.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
What's your running cross country?
What do you mean?
Like, isn't there
The time or something?
Yeah.
All I know is our first match, I ran the wrong way.
what? How'd that happen?
Because it was confusing.
Bro, don't they got the little flags or something?
No, it's like you go here and then you turn here.
The course
like,
isn't mapped
arrows
out,
or
right?
anything. It wasn't. And then I come in, I'm like, man, there's no one near me. I'm
Right,
doing pretty
this guy-
good. Coach goes, yeah, you went the wrong way.
Yeah, you're either in first or last, one or the other, right?
Did you turn around and you're like, I'll
I
try
started
next
to,
week?
he goes, yeah, don't bother.
Yeah, I'll do it next week.
Oh, that's funny.
I was just getting in shape for basketball. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough tomfoolery. Drapes, what do you think of Brock Purdy yesterday? Well, let me make the excuses for him, okay?
No, go for it.
They didn't have their weapons. That is a tough defense. I mean, Spagnuolo's like, wow, he's got Shanahan's number. I don't know what you expect out of Brock. I mean, he kind of kept him in the game. You got Ronnie Bell out there. Maybe he ran the wrong route. It's not Brock's fault, is what I would say.
Nah, Brock was terrible. He was awful, especially in that first half. He was overthrowing guys. He was underthrowing guys. You know, the 3 interceptions. You could say, in my opinion, 2 were his fault for sure. You know, and so I just think this is the problem with Brock Purdy, fellas. And it's not me being a hater or anything.
You're
like
right,
that.
by the way. He was terrible yesterday. I agree with you.
But I need Brock to, when the chips are down, no reason for you to win the game, without your weapons, to somehow magically make it happen. That's the next step for Brock Purdy. Not when everything's all sunny and rosy and you got all your weapons or anything like that. When you're going against a dominant defense, when your receivers aren't getting open, be the reason that they, like Patrick Mahomes, one of the plays, he was wrapped up, he's falling down and flicks it, I forget to who. And it's like, Brock needs to do whatever it takes to win the football game. And that sometimes isn't throwing for 300 yards. Sometimes it's using your legs. Sometimes it's improvising. And I know Aiyuk missed that. Oh yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But the interceptions, man, I mean, that's on Brock. And the overthrows and the underthrows, that's, you know what it seemed like for me? Brock was a little too amped up, a little too geeked up to start. Like where he was sailing things. Like, dude, calm down. And I thought, you know, for the first time really this season for sure, and maybe in his career, I thought he was a little too jacked up, a little too amped up trying to make amends for what happened in the Super Bowl. That's what I felt.
That play that you were talking about with Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say that was the play where Bosa was held, because that was every play. But
choked him out.
I know. And then he'd go to the referee. Yeah, he was. That aside, you're right. If Brock Purdy doesn't have his weapons, you just can't be the reason why you lose. You can't make mistakes.
Right.
Maybe it's too much to expect him. Oh, he's got to carry the team, but he can't make bad play after bad play. Now, when you said you blame 2 of them on him, are you talking about that one to Bell where you're saying we don't know? Yeah, because Kyle Shanahan said that was Brock's fault.
On Brock, right? Yeah.
And Brock Purdy said that was Brock's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you look at the play, there is no reason. Obviously, we don't see what he sees, but you know where the receiver was, where the defender was. There's no reason to think that even for a split second at any point, Brock Purdy thought, oh, he's open.
He's supposed to be
He
there.
never was.
Right.
Never.
No.
And yet he threw the ball there. And like you said, it was like the axis of the ball, the point was up, and it was just a yeah. The ball was either diving or sailing.
You tweeted that yesterday, didn't you?
It was weird.
It was. And I think he was too jacked up.
Maybe so.
You know, to start the game.
Yeah.
You know, and so he has to be better in that situation. And
he just can't be so bad.
He can't be so, like you say, he can't be the reason the team loses the game. Like, for instance, Patrick Mahomes was not great. We all know that. Chiefs did not play great. Pat Mahomes was not great, but he did enough. He extended plays. What was it? The 41-yard? Was it 41 yards or whatever it was? That run he had, it was strong.
I'm running out of bounds. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Yeah. And so It's Hootie Truck there too.
Malik Mustafa.
Mustafa, yeah.
D Winter should have decapitated Pat Mahomes. Seriously,
come on, bro.
Oh, come on now. You come on. You know he should have decapitated straight out his cleats.
Yeah, I hear you, man. But you know how it is, dude. The quarterback is
protected.
Like, yeah, and guys, I think are a little.
They're scared.
Scared. Yeah, 100%.
Isn't it? And we said that before you came on, Drapes. It's almost. Do you guys believe it's hurting defenses at this point?
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
now.
And guys like Mahomes are taking advantage of it too.
There was a play in an AFC Championship game when Brady was still on New England, I think, where who was it? There was a defensive lineman for the Chiefs, and he had him, but he didn't want to get flagged, and then he threw a touchdown pass. But here's Brock Purdy. What do you have to say for yourself?
I think I got to play better for sure, just with my throws, some decisions, and that's pretty simple. I obviously got to watch the film and stuff, but my instant reaction is got to play better. The second interception was on me again. Ronnie did his job. I thought he just got hemmed up. I didn't know where he was going to come out on his route, so I just tried putting it on him, and then he ended up breaking out pretty good.
Yeah, that was a
He said the second one was. What about the third one, Brock?
Oh, they were all Brock's.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm not pounding on him, but you could watch.
Yeah, the first one too. Yeah, where he
it was right before that because what they ended up, didn't they get a turnover? They got the ball back.
Yeah, they got it.
And I said to my wife, they have to score here. And almost before it came out of my mouth, he threw the interception.
Yeah.
Where I think he underthrew Kittle on that play too.
And was it Brady or who's the play-by-play guy? Marquardt.
Kevin
Burkhardt. They were like, whoa, nobody was there or something like that on that first one.
Maybe you're right. I hadn't thought of that because he was seeing things that weren't there.
Yeah. It's
he doesn't do that. That's
he usually
Sam
doesn't
Darnold.
do that, right? He usually doesn't do that. And for now, I'm going to chalk it up to a bad game for Brock. This Dallas team coming up, severely hampered on the defensive side of the ball, injuries, obviously. So let's see if he bounces back. But that was uncharacteristic of him.
And then today, the news that as feared, Brandon Aiyuk with a torn ACL and a torn MCL. And then Drapes saw the news first that Kittle has a sprained ankle and Debo is in the hospital with fluid in his lungs and pneumonia.
That's tough, man. I expect Kittle to play. Obviously, we got to know the extent of it, but the Debo thing is really what's concerning to me. I mean, if this guy is in the hospital, let's say he's not practicing, today, obviously, a day off, but tomorrow and Wednesday maybe might take, he might not be 100% ready to go. What's Juwan Jennings' status going forward? Are we going to be severely shorthanded come Sunday night against Dallas? So, and I said it last week, fellas, that this was going to have to be a Brock Purdy game. And the quarterback did not live up to it. Here's the thing. I don't care about weapons. The question is, did you get the job done or not? I don't care. You had NFL players you were throwing to. I don't care if you would have had Jerry Rice out there. Some of those throws that Brock was making, he wouldn't have caught that.
Did you hear what Jerry Rice said about the game, by the way?
Oh, I did see that.
What did he say?
He was saying, if we played like that when I was there, we would have been swinging on each other.
See?
Fights.
Yeah.
Attitude.
Right?
Drapes, what I'm saying. Whitey, what I'm saying. Attitude. Take the 15-yard penalty.
Bro, where your boy Fred Warner at?
He had a bad game yesterday, too.
Yeah.
I truly thought he played, I won't say horrible, but he missed a lot of open field tackles that he normally makes. You didn't see the speed from him either, side to side. And I know Xavier Worthy, hook him. He's super fast. We know Mahomes is. It's funny because they said he might be the slowest, fastest quarterback in the league. Fred I don't know. I didn't see it in him. And that kind of goes with the rest of the team. I didn't see the attitude in him.
On the text line here, Purdy didn't have much time. Mahomes was horrible, should have been clocked. Purdy didn't have much time, I know, but still, the interception he threw in the end zone, you're better off there third down, I believe it was, taking the sack than throwing it into double coverage.
Chucking it out of bounds, straight away.
A touchdown there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too, about that. Yeah, you're right about you need a touchdown. You're still in the game, because it was one score at that? It was one score.
Even if they would have kicked a field goal, it would have made it one. Right.
Right. But to Jay's point about,
they were up 11. They were up 11.
Yeah. I wonder because I used to always think last year, man, these Niners, they got swagger. They ready for their business. They about their business. Is it because of the injuries with no Debo or something? Or, Jay, are they a little softer this year, you think? Are they missing Greenlaw that much? Like, what do you think it is?
I think you're spot on. I'll say this. First of all, no disrespect to what they do. You know, I had the opportunity to ask Coach Shanahan them about this. Hey, kill that boombox stuff. Y'all ain't coming out with that type of sauce. That? Man, that's over with.
I mean, right. You got to back it up. If you're going to do that.
Come on, bro. After so many times where it's not really making a difference.
I know this isn't what you're saying, but the way they're playing now, they should be coming out to like with soft rock.
Yeah.
Some alternative.
Some elevator music or something like that.
Like, you guys aren't bringing you aren't bringing that type of attitude to the field.
Right.
And so stop being, fake. Stop being fugazi like it is.
You said it, Jay.
Yeah, like don't do that. The other part of it is that I go back to the Pat Mahomes on the sideline. Sometimes you got to deliver a message. And that's what the 49ers aren't doing. And I'm not saying be dirty. I'm not saying, I'm not Bounty Gate. I don't want the New Orleans Saints stuff popping up. But you do have to send a message. And I think that's where Greenlaw is kind of one of those guys. He doesn't mind playing on the edge.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And this other thing, he doesn't mind being public enemy number one. Like people hate Dre Greenlaw, but he's one of them guys. He's Dylan Brooks. He's Draymond. If he's rocking with you, it's all good. If he's on the other team, man, I can't stand him.
Sometimes they maybe still play like they're a little too cool for school.
That's true.
And it's like right now, shorthanded.
Yeah.
Whatever dog you got in you, it's got to come out. You got to let that dog out.
Well, fortunately, they got a team coming up that's, you speak about, fake and paper
George Kittle's
tigers.
going to wear his shirt.
Right. Kittle's going like the Cowboys are coming in right at the
wait a
time.
minute, Drace. Remember, you still got to play these cats 2 more times, right?
Man, I ain't worried about these fools. Man, I ain't worried about Dallas.
Are you worried about?
I think we should be able to run that conference and smash the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Are you at all concerned about Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz?
Oh, we doing that?
Yeah.
No, I'm ready, baby.
All right, we got
ready.
it next as we wrap things up. Sacktown Sports.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
According to Dave Pells, most golfers don't allow for enough break on putts. During your next round, mark your scorecard whether you missed putts above the hole with an A or below the hole with a B. If you have more Bs, add more break until you have an equal number of A and B misses, and you'll make more putts. Ernie L. says bombing the driver on a par 5 might not always be the best strategy. Rather, you should get yourself to your ideal shot distance to the green. So if that's 120 yards, then for a 500-yard hole, you need shots of 200 and 180 yards. There are lots of ways to play a hole. Bobby Jones said a leading difficulty with the average player is that they totally misunderstand what is meant by concentration. They may think they're concentrating when they are merely worrying. Jones and all the great players knew that the game is played in the 6 inches between your ears. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Despite having no experience, Gavin Newsom made Jessica Morse his, quote, wildfire specialist. The result? Under Newsom and Morse, insurance rates and utility bills skyrocketed. Millions of dollars were slashed from the state's fire prevention budget. And they were even caught lying about their record, while millions of acres burned and families lost their homes. Now Gavin has chosen Jessica Morse again, this time to run for Congress. We have a better choice. Kevin Kiley. As our congressman, Kevin Kiley has worked across party lines to secure millions for wildfire protection and expand water supplies. And Kevin Kiley's bill to protect Lake Tahoe will bring up to $415 million home to our district to reduce the threat of fires and restore the ecosystem of the lake, delivering results and making a difference. Let's keep Kevin Kiley working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley. I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? 'Cause I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
When I realized I was going to have to sign up for my own health insurance plan, I was ready to freak. But then I found Health Markets. Health Markets lays out a list of plans available to you. It's straightforward and so easy. And if you need help, they have licensed insurance agents you can speak with. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. That's it. Pound 250 and say Health Markets.
Discover the advantages of real, personalized service today with Health Markets. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Paid actor per trail.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Tesla, keeping it real to you. Saturday, November 9th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tesla, live. The multi-platinum rock band returns with special guest, Fuel. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Tesla, keeping it real to it.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Another cool start Tuesday, seasonably so, with valley temperatures in the low 50s. We're headed for the upper 70s Tuesday afternoon with a few clouds. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Well, I could be in trouble picks-wise the way Tampa Bay has come out of the gates against the Ravens, scoring a touchdown, and just they're all over Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
They're all over him.
Watching my boy Mike Evans about to go deep on him. Play action. Baker, pocket collapsing. Oh, what a pass.
Wow, Tampa Bay playing well, plus they're getting 4, so we'll see. Right now, it's time for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for Monday, October 21st.
Let's do it.
It's Drapes against Jay. I believe.
I think I won last
Yeah, I was going to
time.
say.
W.
Yeah. So you're up first, KD. Everything based on things that happen on this date or things related to things that happen on this date in these years. KD. 1972, 1973, 1979. This date, what year? 2006, 2007.
2007.
2007. It is a closest to.
Jay first.
All right, Jay. This date, 07, Tennessee's Rob Barones sets an NFL record for most points scored in a game without a touchdown. When the kicker scores how many in a win over Houston? Most points in a game for someone who didn't score a touchdown.
I want to say I'm torn on a couple, but I'm going to say 24.
24?
Oh, that's a good guess, Jay. That's a good guess. She said 24.
Rob Barones on this date. Most points in a game.
Tennessee Titans.
Without scoring a touchdown and a win over Houston.
Man, that's a good guess, Jay. 24.
Closest to will win the point.
11 times 3 plus carry the
Barones.
one. I'm going to say 25, but that's a good guess.
The answer is 26.
Oh, Jay. That was tough, big dog. That was tough.
He had 8 field goals, right, which is the record?
Sure.
Yeah. I guess.
We had that question like a couple weeks ago.
We had a variation
Something
of it.
that's close to that.
Yeah. Katie up 1-0. Jay, where do you want to go? 72, 73, 79. This day, what year? 06.
I'm going 06. I'm right under him.
2006.
Okay.
This date, 06. What city became just the second ever to host the Super Bowl and a World Series game in the same calendar year?
Oh, Lord, 06?
Yeah, this city had hosted the Super Bowl, then they hosted the World Series. Second city, San Diego had done it, and what city was the second? Minneapolis, Atlanta, Detroit, 2006.
What was the first one?
Minneapolis, Atlanta, Detroit. Second city, 2006, became the second city ever to host Super Bowl.
Detroit.
World Series. That is correct.
Good guess, Jay.
Yeah,
Good
Detroit
one. That's tough.
Tigers and the Cardinals, and it was the Seahawks Steelers Super Bowl in Detroit. Yeah, so we're all even 1-1. Good match so far.
I just got it off the Super Bowl. I couldn't remember.
Oh, okay.
I remember Detroit being there, but I don't remember what year.
You're up. KD, you're up.
It's all right.
72, 73, 79. This date, what year?
72.
All righty. What team scores a record low 4 points in the third quarter of a loss? One day after scoring a record high 58 points in the fourth quarter of a loss.
What?
Buffalo Braves, San Diego Rockets, New Orleans Jazz.
And what year is this?
1972. They scored 58 in the fourth quarter. They lost the next day. They scored 4 in the third quarter, and they lost.
And what are the choices?
Buffalo Braves, San Diego Rockets, New Orleans Jazz. Game is tied 1-1. What is
San Diego Rockets.
That is not correct. Jay with a chance to steal. Jay, what team did it? They scored record low 4 points on this date in the third quarter of a loss. One day after scoring a record high 58 points in the fourth quarter of a loss. Buffalo Braves, New Orleans Jazz. This is for the league.
72. Where was Pistol Pete at around that time?
Jay
putting up a lot of points. I'm going Buffalo.
Correct.
Yeah, good.
Buffalo Braves. Jay has a lead 2-1.
All right.
And Jay, you're up. You got the steal there, and you're up 2-1. 73, 79. This date, what year?
This date, what year?
All right. And so I'll read it. Yep. You can decide whether you want to go first or Kyle Draper gets to go first. This date, what year? The Phillies beat Kansas City 4-1 to win their first World Series ever.
And is it the Philadelphia Phillies?
Come on,
yes,
sir. Come on. Philadelphia Phillies beat Kansas City 4-1 to win their first World Series ever. This day, what year?
Who'd they beat?
Come on,
They beat Kansas City.
You're killing me. Why am I blanking on who the Phillies were beating the championship?
Well, they beat Kansas City.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
What year?
I'm trying to stall it out.
Sounds like Mr. Philly might know this because he's very quiet.
I'm just waiting on Jay's answer. I can't remember who they beat. I believe it was the Royals, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go long range. I'm gonna just say 19 63.
1963.
Even
Kyle Draper.
And say it again. I'm sorry.
This day, what year? Phillies beat Kansas City 4-1 to win their first World Series title ever.
And Jay said 63.
Yeah.
I really don't know this one.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping Jay would give me a better.
All right. You were so quiet. I thought that was your poker face.
I'm going to go. You said their first World Series.
First World Series ever.
Ooh, that's
I'll
tough.
be real earlier than that.
Yeah, that's. I'm going to go 64.
It was Mike Schmidt, Tug
Oh,
McGraw, 1980s.
the 80s.
That was their first one?
1980. Yes.
It was?
Yes.
Wow, I thought they had one before then.
That was their first World Series. KD ties it up 2-2.
Yeah.
Jay steals one.
Ramsey said the Phillies beat Tampa. when
Yeah,
Jay
that was.
Rowe
Oh yeah,
went in.
yeah. That was
Tampa,
2008.
Yeah, I couldn't remember who they beat though. I
2008.
felt like it was like, the Royals are kind of close around here.
So, Katie, you're up. 1973, 1979.
79.
1979. It's the closest to
Jay.
Ozzie Newsome on this date, 1979, of the Browns starts a
Okay.
streak of 150 consecutive games with a catch. Jerry Rice holds the all-time record with catches in how many consecutive games?
How many did Ozzie have?
He had 150.
Yep.
Yeah, but Jerry Rice has the record.
Yeah, long range, but I'm gonna say 232.
232. Drapes?
Say it one more time. Sorry.
This date, 79, Ozzie Newsome started a streak. He had 150 consecutive games with a catch. Jerry Rice holds the all-time record with catches in how many consecutive games? And Jay says 232.
231.
296.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
I was close to 300, but I had to give myself a
I
little
thought he
room.
would have left the game for injury or something.
It's up at 3-2. Jay, I think we got to. Do we have to go?
Go ahead.
Is
Go
time
ahead. You got
expired?
one more.
One more. Let's go.
All right, Drapes. It's Drapes' turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Fred Dryer of the Rams becomes the first player ever to do what in an NFL game? This day, 1973. Return 2 fumbles for touchdowns. Block 2 field goals. Score 2 safeties.
Scored 2 safeties. Bam! Tie, baby!
Tie game. Tie game. Stick around for Monday Night Football. Chargers. Cardinals next on Sacktown Sports.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat.
Good
Bring
old
out all
Fred
the flavors
Dryer.
of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's October does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts in West Sacramento in Town Center Plaza next to Nugget Markets now through October 29th for the Customer Appreciation Day sale. You'll get 2 times O rewards points on select purchases. Plus, pick up 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil and receive a $10 gift card after rebate. And buy 1, get 1 free Coca-Cola products at your Town Center Plaza, O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get ready for an incredible night as the iconic Little River Band hits the stage at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. Join us Saturday, November 16th at the Nugget Grand Ballroom for an unforgettable concert experience. You'll hear all your favorites in this must-see event of classic rock. The Little River Band live at the Nugget Casino Resort Grand Ballroom. For tickets and info, visit nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system